What's up, guys? Let's do a mic test real quick. That ought to fix the problem. Guys, let's do a mic test real quick. That ought to fix the problem. It does? All right. So thank you guys for tuning in for a live weather coverage today on Zach Walter's YouTube channel. First off, we're going to look at a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings in New Mexico. One of them in which I'm kind of keeping my eye on because it's kind of rotating actually pretty well. I want to keep my eye on this storm right here near the outside of that radar area. This storm is actually rotating recently pretty well. This is due south of the Corona New Mexico area. I know there's nobody really lives over here, so I don't expect a lot of people to be watching this live stream. That is really good rotation. Likely going to be tornado warned here soon. However, there's nothing out here except for aliens because we're in New Mexico. So what is there really to worry about? So they might be a little hesitant on putting a tornado warning out on that storm in particular. But we'll keep an eye on that. But let's go ahead and jump up north here. Look at all these severe thunderstorm warnings. There's also just a ton of severe thunderstorm warnings in Texas right now. However, none of those are expected to be tornadic. So that's why we're kind of watching these. And in fact, really, there's a very small area of the country today that is maybe expecting to be tornadic storms. That storm to the south definitely being an area of interest. I'm trying to pull up maybe another radar. There's not a lot of radar in this region, obviously, because, I mean, why would there be? But definitely this storm down to the south is the more impressive storm. You can actually start to see now maybe a little bit of baby hook happening in this storm system. This is due northwest of Roswell, so I'm telling you guys, there's aliens everywhere in here, okay? Definitely an alien warning somewhere, but on a real note, though, definitely a rotating storm here. Don't want to sleep, of course, on these storms up to the north. You got a storm east of Santa Rosa, New Mexico, and a couple storms out in the middle of nowhere. This storm right here along US 60 is approaching the town of Vaughn. And this storm up to the north is actually rotating a little bit as well, but we'll see if they extend that severe thunderstorm warning at least. But kind of a weird, I don't think I've ever in my time in weather, which is a decade now, ever really covered anything from New Mexico. So this is the first for me. I think Brad Arnold is also chasing out there today, so we'll snag his live stream once he gets into. Oh, it looks like he's already live streaming. He's waiting back for storms to fire up in Texas. This whole area really is under that severe threat today. Also a tornado threat as we're covering. That's why we're watching these storms. There is a tornado threat as well across New Mexico and Texas. I'll actually get that pulled up right now for you guys so I can show you exactly what the Storm Prediction Center is looking at today. There are a couple severe thunderstorm watches out. Let's see here. It looks like maybe even a better tornado threat across southwest Texas, including like the San Angelo, Midland, Odessa, Texas area. That'd be something to watch for as well. Let's go ahead and pull up today's convective outlook, courtesy of the Storm Prediction Center, kind of show you guys exactly where the tornado threat lies. Let me zoom in here, and then I'll pull you guys up on it. Oh, come on. Okay. It's doing weird things. All right. Let's go ahead and take you guys over to the Storm Prediction Center website where I'll show you today's tornado threat. All right. Right here is today's tornado threat. You can see the 5% highlighted. 2%, these storms are firing up here in the 2%, eventually going to make their way down into that more unstable environment that you want for supercell thunderstorms. And then eventually they'll start maybe putting down a few tornadoes in this 5% zone. However, these severe thunderstorm watches out today don't really highlight much for tornadoes. They do say a tornado or two is possible, but a 5% tornado threat, isn't really something to sleep on. Let's go ahead and load this real quick. Yeah, I saw that, Anthony. They did bump it up to an enhanced risk. Like I said, a 5% tornado. I mean, they're kind of really. I feel like they're underselling it. And on these type of days, I see that a lot where they like to undercut the tornado threat a little bit, and all of a sudden it's putting down tornadoes like it's going out of style. So certainly want to keep an eye on. But right now we're monitoring these severe thunderstorm warnings in New Mexico. It's going good. Luke, appreciate you coming back, man. Glad to be back. Anthony says flooding probably for central parts of Texas from how much rain they've been getting. Yeah, they've been getting a ton of rain over there. A ton of rain. It's been crazy. I saw a lot of pictures and videos yesterday of the pretty good flooding happening over there. Let's go back to this southern storm. That was kind of the one piquing my interest. Let's go ahead and pull up velocity real quick and see what we're looking at here. I know it's not warned, but it was doing some pretty good velocity scans there for a moment. It still is. I mean, you can still see this one up to the north also starting to maybe dance around a little bit. But this one right here still got some semi-decent rotation on it. That one was looking there pretty good for a moment. These storms up to the north look kind of sloppy. But we're kind of just waiting for them to move southeast and get into that more unstable environment. When they do, that's when you should see your rotation start to kind of pick up on these storms. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go pull satellite as well. I'm curious to see what the satellite looks like and see if it'll actually do anything today or not. Really showing those storms in southwest Texas going. I'll go ahead and take you guys over to the satellite here, so you guys can see what I'm looking at. So you can see these storms up here in eastern New Mexico starting to fire up. You also got storms down here in southwest Texas that are blowing up. We know that the 5% tornado threat kind of stretches from about right here all the way up to about right here. Okay, so that's where they're expecting the greatest tornado threat today. You can see a lot of sunlight, a lot of chance for daytime heating to happen in this area. You even got some storms blowing up back here. This is the rain threat that Anthony was talking about, even up there too. These storms are really starting to go down here in southwest Texas, which is where Brad Arnold, our live streamer, is. This is where he's gonna let us borrow his live stream today. That's where he's sitting. He's kind of in the Odessa area, so he's watching these storms fire up back here to the left, and that's gonna kind of pique his interest today. We know that there is a severe thunderstorm watch out for this area, a tornado or two possible in some of these severe thunderstorm warnings. I'm gonna say a few tornadoes are possible. Just because. Let me go back to radar here and see if we're... I'm curious to see what those storms back to the southwest are doing. Let's go ahead and jump down there. I know there's a lot of attention. Actually, yeah, let's zoom in on some of these storms here. that are starting to go up. I bet Brad hops on these storms now. Where's the radar at? Here we go. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll get you over to these storms firing up down in Texas. These are going to be these are east moving storms as well. If I can actually get a decent radar that will click on, I bet Midland does. It's kind of an odd radar gap in this area of the country, so it's really hard to get a decent radar in this region. I think the Midland office should do here. All right, let's get back over to severe thunderstorms in Texas. Get back to radar here. We're going to kind of eyeball these storms for a brief minute. Because this is the in that 5% area that we were talking about earlier. Not really any towns in the path of the severe thunderstorm warning right now. However, some population here at Fort Stockton. This is northwest of you, southeast of Pecos, and this is all in southwest. Look at the storm go upscale really quickly. Look at this massive hail core now. We know hail was a problem. There's a hatched hail risk today, which is a big reason why it's an enhanced risk. Some ginormous hail tucked in there. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's go ahead and pull integrated liquid to see what we're looking at on the hail size here. We'll also pull the warning box information. Look at that hail. Pretty significant hail core right here, depending on how far away we are from the radar. And another one back on its rear end. So let's pull the warning box here. Let's see what they're saying. So 60 mile per hour wind gusts and $50 size hail. So pretty decent size hail being reported here with this storm. Something to monitor. I'll make sure, yeah, my volume's still down. Make sure I'm not blowing y'all's eardrums out. This is, again, northwest of Fort Stockton in southwest Texas. Let's go to velocity and see if she's dancing at all. Close out that warning. So not a lot of rotation happening. The area you're probably going to want to monitor the most would be somewhere back on this more western storm, probably in this area. But nothing happening just yet on this cell that just kind of went severe warned here rather quickly. Let's see here. Hi, Cindy. Thanks for joining us. I don't know where you live, Cindy. Let me know and I'll get you. Which storm, Dan? Are you talking about the one I'm looking at right now? Anthony says 4. I believe it, Anthony. Yeah, I think Radar Mega is probably a little bit behind. They're kind of getting up there with a 2-inch hail now, but I would say in some areas of this storm here is probably packing some 3 to 4 inch size hail. Just looking at integrated liquid alone. I mean, my goodness. Look at this. I mean, that is a massive hail core. We have seen a lot of this across Texas the last few days that we've been live streaming. It's about our 4th day in a row of doing some live weather coverage, and you can definitely make out some of the worst hail core right now on this storm. Again, this is due northwest of Fort Stockton in southwest Texas. This area has been pretty good with storms this year, but this is some massive big time hail. Fortunately, it looks like it's staying out in the open right now. National Weather Service did update to 2-inch size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts, and it's moving really, really slow. They got it moving northeast at 10 miles per hour. So another thing we've been seeing, if you guys have been following our live streams the last few days, one of the things we've been seeing is really slow moving thunderstorms. I mean, at one point we saw a thunderstorm moving at 5 miles per hour. That is insanely slow. So when it comes to like your tornadic storms, sometimes they struggle a little bit on those slower moving cells. The hail, though, hail does not struggle. It will drop hail, and you're likely getting roadways covered in massive amounts of hail right now. Probably This farm road right here that connects this town to 285, and then west of I need my glasses on. I'm trying to read everything without my glasses. I'm getting old, guys. I'm getting old. I used to have 20/20 vision. So west of 18, this farm road north of 285, probably putting down some massive amount of hail right now, I'd imagine. Let's go ahead and switch back over to reflectivity so we can take a look here. I am monitoring Brad Arnold's live stream as well on my phone right now. He's camped out. He's waiting for storms to really blow up. As soon as they do, he'll be on. He is, I think, just outside of Odessa right now. So he's up there. Probably making a decision whether he wants to go. Let's make sure this storm. Oh, we also have a severe thunderstorm warning down here that's approaching the Marathon area. We'll check that out here in a second. Actually, we'll check that out right now. Might as well. I don't know if what's the best radar in this area. That is the problem. Maybe El Paso. Not even close. Trying to find a decent radar that will connect this storm east of Alpine. This is a pretty significant radar gap. Not a lot of radars will connect this far southwest. I don't see any. I don't think there's any radar that will connect this far away except for the Midland radar. San Angelo won't. Yikes. Okay, so we're going to have to go off of that radar. It's being really far away to see what this storm is doing. Let's check velocity. This is west of Marathon, Texas. Just went through Alpine, Texas. Yeah, we're not going to be able to see anything right now. So what the focus on that storm back near Fort Stockton for now. There are storms going up, of course, back west in New Mexico that we want to pay attention to because those could be tornado producers. A lot of storm chasers in New Mexico today, too, which is shocking. All right, let's go back to this storm because this is right now is the storm of the day with that, just alone with that hail size. Yeah, we're going to stay on this storm for a little bit. Yeah, Dan says Marathon has had a lot of close calls this week. They really have. I feel like this is like the third or fourth time we've talked about Marathon this week on these live streams. It's crazy. Yeah, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. Does a lot for me. Helps me out a lot. Plan on doing a lot more live streams. I don't think there's going to be any significant weather this weekend, so I'm going to take the weekend and enjoy Memorial Day, as you all should. Also, remember what Memorial Day is all about. Not about drinking beer and partying. But yeah, I'm going to take the weekend away from weather, do some Memorial Day celebrations, and then we'll get back to it next week. So if you're just tuning in, we are following a severe thunderstorm warning in Texas. This is northwest of Fort Stockton, southeast of Pecos. We're monitoring this storm. This is in that 5% tornado threat today, so maybe a few tornadoes possible. This is also part of a severe thunderstorm watch that goes across New Mexico and Texas. I know there's 2 severe thunderstorm watches out right now, one strictly for the southwest portion of Texas and another one that kind of does New Mexico and Texas. So we're going to obviously follow both of those. Storms have fired up already, producing some pretty decent-sized hail. This one with 2.5-inch size hail right now. So this is tennis ball size hail being reported on this storm, radar indicated, south of Coyanosa in the middle of nowhere, Texas, just northwest of Fort Stockton, dropping some massive hail, big-time hail. Also, guys, we're doing something a little different, which I'll kind of explain to you a little bit later. we're kind of doing an exclusive content package on Patreon. If you guys don't know what Patreon is, it's like a private YouTube in a way. So you go on there and there's private videos that you can watch that no one else gets to watch unless you're a subscriber. So if you want to subscribe for exclusive content, severe weather videos, severe weather content, blah, 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 patreon.com/ZachWaltersOfficial. Help a brother out. Still monitoring severe thunderstorm warning, though, in Texas, northwest of Fort Stockton. Also paying attention to the storms back in New Mexico. Waiting for something to happen. We did this the other day, and it kind of was dead for a little bit. Let's take a look at the hail core on this again. We'll also take a look at echo tops, too. Still a hail core there. I would say probably not 2.5 inches big now, maybe closer to 2 inches. And then a little tiny hail core back here starting to grow in intensity. Let's take a look at how tall these storms are as well. About 55,000, 54,000. So some pretty tall storms right now across the area. Let's see if anything's rotating yet in this storm. Again, kind of the area we're waiting to see if storms will tornado or not. Nothing yet on this one. Let me go back to the northwest here. Not a ton of good rotation. There are some areas of interest in those storms back in New Mexico, but nothing for me to break away just yet. I know there are also storms just outside of San Angelo in Texas I'm paying attention to, mostly just a damaging wind threat, kind of out of the prime area for tornadoes. Just really bad radar area as well. Not the ideal area of the country to be covering these storms. Dan wants to go back and take a look at Corona. Yeah, we'll take a look at Corona real quick. We'll go back to the northwest here in New Mexico and look at these storms up here real quick. Oh, I gotta zoom out and click on the radar first. This storm was rotating pretty well earlier. I think it's kind of weakened down the rotation just a tad. Still an area, though, of interest on that front end of it. It looks like a little baby cell popping out ahead of it, too. Let's pull reflectivity. This is in New Mexico. Part of the severe thunderstorm watch today across the area. Let's see, severe thunderstorm warning in. So this storm we're tracking southeast of Corona in New Mexico. The rotation was tucked in here, no longer really there. Let's go. Let me check. Wish my computer would go a little bit quicker during this. Anthony, yeah, Anthony, I know. I've been doing this a while. I know that hail does affect the velocity scans just a little bit. I'm aware of that. There's a storm report, too, back on that southern storm, just for 1 inch hail, though. Which is shocking. The only report is 1 inch hail from everything. Let's go back to reflectivity on this storm. I didn't even check to see if this storm had a hail core or not. I don't think I have. Maybe a little one, yeah. Southeast of Corona, maybe a little. You can by the purple there. check out the integrated liquid here. Still, though, I'm still eyeballing that storm to the southwest. Not quite doing anything. Marathon looks okay for now as well. Yeah, a little. Maybe this storm kind of is just now getting going though, so still a pretty good area of hail for a storm that's just kind of newly born. So we'll kind of monitor that a little bit. Let's see if we can pull up Brad Arnold's live stream here. I know he was kind of just parked and waiting for storms to fire, but I want to show you guys kind of the clear skies he's in right now, which is a good sign if you want, obviously. Oh, he's not live anymore. Probably bad area, bad service area. All right, let's race back down to that big hailer in Texas. Maybe. There we go. Not so much a big hailer much anymore. Doesn't seem like anyway. When was this updated? Jeez. This radar is way behind. This is 13 minutes behind now because this is showing still like 2.5 inch hail. Definitely not producing that right now. Still says it is on here, but I don't think it is. That is a way behind radar. That's a more updated radar right there. I don't know what's going on with velocity. It's not updating, but you can kind of tell that the area of where the big hail was isn't so much big hail anymore. I don't want to sleep on Twitter either. Let me check Twitter. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Kind of a slow start to the evening. It's only 5:16 out there, so still a lot of time for storms to kind of start doing their thing. I need to learn to not go live until maybe like tornado warnings are actually dropping, instead of having to sit here and wait. Let me do a hashtag Texas weather look here. Probably going to get a lot of stuff from like the San Angelo area, I'd imagine. I don't like it when people put the counties. Like, I don't know counties at all. I know towns because I can see them on the map, but we do have. I'm seeing Twitter right now. I'm seeing a lot of chasers still moving into the area on this storm that we're looking at right now. So they definitely think that it's going to be a good storm to monitor. But I'm not seeing any photos really coming out of today just yet. Let's go to New Mexico weather and see if anybody's see if any chasers have posted anything in regards to New Mexico. We do have a new storm report on this storm as of 1 minute ago. Still producing 2-inch size hail on this storm that we're looking at right now. This is a weather spotter reported 2-inch size hail via Spotter Network just a few minutes ago, a couple minutes ago. Let's check New Mexico weather. Let's take you guys over to Twitter real quick. This is really hard. I don't think this is a tornado. This is my friend Vince reporting on his Twitter feed. I think this is just kind of the outflow, kind of kicking up some dust. But you maybe can see an area right here of some spinning motion, but easily could be a dust devil too, where he's located. Can't really tell just yet what that is. Of course, that is courtesy of Vince. I never know how to pronounce his last name. Welty? Well, just don't tell him. Vince W. At Vince W. on Twitter. You can kind of see, I don't know, you can't really make it out much. You can kind of see maybe a little bit of a spinning motion there, but it's not underneath a wall cloud or anything. So it's either a brief gustnado or maybe even a land spout. This is south of Ramon, New Mexico. Again, courtesy of Vince out there. So that's kind of like why I like Twitter, kind of like bouncing over and seeing what's going on. Let's go back to radar real quick as I continue scrolling through Twitter to see if we can find anything else. So I know somebody was saying that Reed was in New Mexico. He's kind of everywhere. We can actually pull up a photo here of Reed that he just took on this New Mexico storm that Vince just got a video of. You can see it here. High based. Doesn't look all impressive right now, but severe warm supercell southeast of Corona, New Mexico. Now about to merge with a new updraft. So he's got some pretty high hopes for it. That was the storm that was rotating pretty decently in New Mexico that we were watching. Looks like it is starting to maybe recycle a bit. So while you guys are staring at that, I'm going to go back to New Mexico here. I'm going to go back on this storm that we're kind of eyeballing here, southeast of Corona. It's on a southeast movement. Let's pull velocity here. So again, that's Retimmer right there, reporting that. I don't know counties, Anthony. You had to give me a town on that one. Give me like a town that it's near, unless this is the storm that you're talking about. You kind of, let's go back. Hold on. Let's go to radar here. Hold on. Not the best rotation on this storm that is we're seeing photos of, but you can kind of make out a little area right yonder, right there, dead center of the supercell. So we'll see what that does. Anthony, did you find out a town yet on that comment? Dan says, did you hear anything about a tiny tornado in Maryland? I didn't. It must have been. I really don't pay attention to anything until it's like close to time. I'll forecast, and really most of my attention was set on West Texas and New Mexico today. I didn't really pay any attention out there. I know there was. Okay, thanks, Anthony. I appreciate it, buddy. I know there was like a marginal risk out there, but I didn't really pay any attention to the forecast. That's crazy, though. Do you know if it was tornado warned, Dan, or was it just did it just happen un-tornado warned? So we are monitoring a severe thunderstorm warning in New Mexico with some rotation on it. This storm, we've been seeing some photos of it from storm chasers on Twitter. Looks okay. Looks like it might be trying to recycle here. Also a video of maybe a brief tornado, really hard to tell from the video. Okay. What storm would that be? Give me 1 second, guys. There's a pretty good video of, looks like there is a landspout tornado on the ground, but I'm trying to figure out where that would be, or if it's close to what we're looking at here. Okay, no, that's way north. There is video of a landspout tornado way north in northern New Mexico, not close to where this storm is. Northwest of Round Rock. Okay. Anthony says there was a tornado reported near northwest of Round Rock, Texas. Wasn't even a severe thunderstorm warning? Jeez. Yikes. Yikes. All right, so if you guys are just tuning in, we're still monitoring a tornado threat today across New Mexico and Texas. We're kind of bouncing back and forth between New Mexico and Texas. We're kind of just waiting to see which storm does it first. Which storm is going to be the storm that's going to do the tornado first. We know there are a couple tornado reports already today, one from northern New Mexico and another from southeast Texas. Recent tornado report. However, we're still waiting for these storms to kind of start doing the good stuff here. Here's a integrated liquid pull here as of 7 minutes ago. Some hail still with this storm, but not massive amounts. Only 1 inch in diameter. Definitely not a big hail producing storm, which is good for us trying to get radar clear radar visual. But this one is near Corona, New Mexico. This is a severe thunderstorm warning in New Mexico, just southeast of Corona. I'm going to keep looking at my phone too to make sure that I'm not missing anything anywhere else. Rotation wise, here's that right here's that other cell that Reed Timmer was talking about on Twitter, trying to merge. Rotation wise, it looks like maybe one of the healthier rotation storms I've seen since we went live. Of course, it hadn't been very long, of course. But for now, it looks like one of the more impressive ones, even though it doesn't look that well in here. I really feel radar may kind of downplays the rotation, or maybe radar scope upplays it. I don't know. But maybe something here could be starting to dance a little bit. Probably some pretty decent structure. We've seen a couple photos already, but as the storm continues, its southeast move and chasers get out in front of it, we might get some better photos of the structure. Let me go back to Twitter here, see if there's anything else. Definitely a tornado on the ground up there near Springer a few hours ago, a long time ago, more like 6 hours ago. Couple of impressive dust devils as well from storms from earlier, but nothing. I don't see any photo of this storm that we're watching just yet. No. So nothing just yet. So we're kind of just waiting to see. Let me check chat here, make sure I'm not missing any questions or anything. We're kind of just waiting to see as these storms move into good moisture too. They're moving into pretty decent moisture, so they should grow upscale here. And this storm actually is starting to look a little bit better as the Corn asked, do I help storm chasers in the field? Not really. I know a lot of these guys are out there today. A lot of them don't need help. They're excellent at what they do. I'm just reporting for people who either want to listen or want to keep track of the severe weather that's happening in the country. If it's on the ground, it will be by Burnett, Texas by 547, which the population of the town is 6,000. These storms have been really doing. Hold on, let me finish the questions real quick. No problem, Justin. I appreciate you, buddy. Lucas, are there opportunities to earn money with storm chasing? Yeah, there is. It just depends the route you take. It takes time. It takes a lot of time. I just recently really started making decent money chasing storms. It takes a lot of time. A lot of time. And how you do it is mainly social media. You grow social media pages. My Facebook's got a little over 25,000, almost 26. I'm trying to grow my YouTube now. It takes time. A lot of time. You can also, if you're good at it, you can also sign up for like media companies, broker companies that you can sell weather footage through, and people like the Weather Channel will buy it, and then you make money off of that too. But you have to be good at it. There's a lot of chasers out there now. I mean, back when I started chasing, I feel like there wasn't a lot of chasers, and then they've over the last decade they've really gone upscale, and now they're everywhere. So you have to have the best footage of the best footage in order to sell any, or be really good at timing too. Still no tornado warnings yet anywhere that I can see. A lot of severe thunderstorm warnings. Obviously, my main area of interest is the New Mexico and Western Texas storms. So I keep bouncing back and forth between the states, trying to find somewhere in here that maybe there's some tight rotation happening. I'm going to check Brad Arnold's live streaming as well and see if he's still offline for the time being. He's near Crane, Texas. Where's Crane, Texas at? All right, so Brad Arnold is dropping south on that Texas storm. We're gonna, Reed Timmer Reed Timmer was kind of the perfect example of what you want to do as a storm chaser. He started out chasing storms when he was at Oklahoma, and kind of what happened was he started selling footage through tornadovideos.net, one of the very first companies to be developed for storm chasers. And there was a lot of good chasers on tornadovideos.net. What they did was they chased for money and they sold the footage. That was before any companies like Live Storms Media or SVL Media was around. And so he made a fortune doing that. And then what happened was, because of that, he got a TV deal which then made a fortune doing that. And now, of course, when you get a TV deal, social media just goes up. So now he just strictly makes a ton of money chasing just for social media. He doesn't have to, he'll never have to do anything else with his life ever again. He will chase strictly for Facebook and YouTube now and make a killing off of it. So he's definitely what you want to do as a storm chaser if you're looking to do it full time. Yeah, TV and I do miss TV and weather. It was fun. I got into TV and weather when I was in high school, just starting out chasing. It was a big inspiration for me. I've talked to Reed a few times in person about TV and weather and them bringing it back around, and it just, it was one of those things. For a while there, he was telling me that they were thinking about bringing TV and weather around, never got around to it. He got offered other TV shows, and it is what it is. Yeah, Storm Chasers is a show too. Yeah, I miss that show. It's on Discovery Plus too, guys. If you have Discovery Plus, all the episodes of Storm Chasers are on there. So go nuts. I actually purchased Discovery Plus just for that reason. Yeah, I've met Reed many times. We've had dinner together before out on storm chases. We've sat on the side of the road before talking before tornadoes. Definitely a good guy. He will be speaking at the Indiana Chaser Con this year as well. I am a sponsor for that. So if you guys are near Indiana, drive to Indiana and come to the show. Meet Reed. Meet a bunch of big chasers. So again, we're still tracking storms here in New Mexico. Severe thunderstorm warning. We're kind of watching that. I also want to watch the one back in Texas still too. Don't want to sleep on that one. It's not really. I can't really tell if it's rotating. Let's go ahead and drop to that Texas storm. I can't really tell if this is rotation or if this is just a radar glitch here. Let's go ahead and pull up the Midland radar. Let that load for a second. Change that so people aren't confused. Zoom in. Maybe on the southern end of this cell north of 285. Let's pull up reflectivity. Let's see what we got here. So maybe a little bit of something dancing around right here north of 285. Kind of an area of interest, really small, concentrated area. Let me keep that circle, and I'm going to pull reflectivity back to make sure that's just not radar issue here. Radar scope, it does so much better at pulling it up, but I just like radar omega. Yeah, I mean, it could be. This radar could be a couple frames behind here. We could have something starting to rotate here. There are a couple chasers that are right in the path of it, so we're definitely going to know. Let me kind of highlight that rotation. Right there is that rotation. I'm going to mark it so we can go back to reflectivity and get a good idea here. It'd be due north of 285. Like if you're driving down 285, you'd see it. I can't really tell though. It could be something developing on the tail end of this storm. 633 is the radar update. Let's pull reflectivity again. Or I meant velocity, not radar. I meant to say velocity, not reflectivity. I clicked the wrong thing anyways. Pretty hard to tell if this is actual rotation or not, so we'll kind of monitor for a second. There are two storm chasers literally in the path, like right here, so we'll know. We'll know if it's a tornado or a rotation or not. This is part of that severe thunderstorm warning just north of Fort Stockton, or northwest of Fort Stockton in Texas. This has got to be a pretty slow-moving storm, I'd imagine. I feel like it really hasn't done anything here for a few minutes. Let's take a look at speeds. Moving northeast at 20, so it is moving pretty well. That rotation definitely intensified here over the last scan. So we very well could have something starting to dance here due north of Fort Stockton, northwest of Fort Stockton. What map on Radar Omega do I like best? I don't even know which one I'm using, to be honest. This is only like the third day I've used it. This storm is the Fort Stockton, Texas storm, northwest of Fort Stockton. Definitely maybe an area of tightening rotation here. Let's see if radar has updated yet. Corn, I'm not sure what map this actually. I didn't even know there was different maps. I should probably look into that. There might be a better one that I could use. Right here, you can kind of see a tighter couplet now happening, parallel with Highway 285. Let me get a tighter circle here to see if it matches up with the reflectivity or not. Doesn't really match up with the reflectivity. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this is probably nothing, unless it's maybe the radar's behind. It's picking up this back here, which is very possible. 6:37 p.m. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing again. I don't know why it actually refreshes whenever I click the wrong thing. I'll pull the velocity back up here. This is right next to, yeah, see, this is 6:38. So this is a minute difference. So there very well could be something right here, because in the reflectivity, it's showing kind of an area back there. So let's pay attention to this for a couple minutes. Right here is Fort Stockton. The bottom of your screen, here's Interstate 10, running east to west. Highway 18, and then it's running right along Highway 285. Going to give you an idea here. So we're going to kind of watch this for a couple minutes. This is starting to do a little something. Kind of make sure that it's not producing just yet. Let's waiting for the next radar scan here. While we got a minute, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers for the end of the month. Probably not going to happen. We fell a little bit behind there for a minute. We thought, okay, now we got some stuff going, and then because we were like 250 subscribers on Tuesday, and all of a sudden we're over 700 yesterday. So hoping that we can get at least close to 1,000, because I will be taking the weekend off, so likely we won't have any live streams unless a tornado outbreak occurs somewhere, which doesn't seem likely this weekend. Also subscribe, man, if you like hurricanes, because hurricane season is right around the corner. What we plan on doing is live streaming during hurricanes, because I do hurricane intercepts. So make sure you guys subscribe and like the video so that you can stay up to date with severe weather outbreaks and live storm chasing all year round. Still waiting for a radar scan here. Kind of eyeballing this area of concern northwest of Fort Stockton. Kind of a tightening couplet happening here. I really can't tell if that's a radar anomaly or if an actual developing wall cloud and tornado here on the very southern end. The problem is it's starting to mix with this junk down here. So likely this next radar scan won't be impressive. It will likely kind of look crappy. This is probably the very brief moment that we'll have something on this. If this cell down here didn't exist, I would probably say that there was a developing tornado here. But because of this guy getting in the way of the inflow and all the goodies, it's probably cutting off a lot of energy. Look at that next radar scan; it basically doesn't exist. So that's kind of what I was expecting. It went from something to nothing very quickly. So might still have. I mean, there's still an area to monitor, but right here. But that is very, very weak. I would not be terribly concerned about that if I lived in the area. I mean, that it appears weak. I don't know if it's weak or not. It just appears weak. I know there's a lot of hail in these storms as well. Still don't see a tornado warning anywhere, which is good. Let me go back to New Mexico here. Let's go hop back up to New Mexico. It looks like maybe some tightening rotation up here with these storms, and there's a ton of storm chasers on these storms up here. So we'll definitely be able to get some visual if crap hits the fan up here. Let that to load for a second. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Let me go back over to comments real quick, make sure I'm not missing anything. Flash flood warning remains in effect for 6 p.m. Central Time for central McLennan County. I'm assuming that is in Texas. Flash flooding definitely is a big problem. Thank you, Anthony, for pointing that out. Flash flooding is a concern today because of just the downpours that are happening. Texas has been really hit by a lot of rain the last few days, all over the state too. Let's pull velocity. Oh man, ooh. One of those days. So you can kind of see the area of concern here. Northeast of White Oaks, New Mexico. Probably a whole lot of nothing out here. Not really that tight yet. We'll definitely keep an eye on it. Still, maybe right in here, tightening or trying to couple it itself there. Let's take a look at the hail to see how much of that is falling. There's a pretty decent hail core on it on the tail end of the storm. Pull up reflectivity. You probably see a lot of purple on the reflectivity as well. So right here is mainly your hail core that we just pointed out. Let's take a look at what they're saying. 1 3/4 size hail is what they're reporting. This is radar. So golf ball size hail, 60 mile per hour wind gusts on this storm in New Mexico. This is, of course, is radar indicated. Important information: people and animal outdoors will be injured. And expect hail damage to roof, siding, windows, and vehicles. And also want to expect some tree damage as well. When you get those big hail chunks mixing with the 60, 70 mile per hour winds that we've seen over the last few days, you get a lot of tree damage. And a big cause of death on severe thunderstorms is tree damage. Trees falling on people. We just had that scenario. I don't remember where it was, but it happened a few months ago somewhere in the country. I believe it was like a 20-year-old was killed from a falling tree branch in a severe thunderstorm. That's why even with severe thunderstorms, guys, you want to be in your safe place, at least in your house. Don't be standing outside because you could still get seriously injured or killed even from storms you don't think can hurt you. I'm going to go back to Twitter here and take a look and see if we're getting any more structure shots of this storm. Anthony does remind us to turn around and don't drown. Always a very important thing to remember. One of the leading cause of all severe weather related deaths is flooding. Okay, so make sure you turn around, don't drown. Let me check Twitter. Okay, here's a good shot. Pull up Twitter. Matt Coker at Storm Coker on Twitter. Nice view of a supercell with a ragged lowering north of Roswell, New Mexico. That's the storm we're watching. Currently, you can kind of make out just a little bit of probably your wall cloud and looks like a brief funnel right there. Exactly textbook where it would be. You got your rain and your hail shaft over here to the right. And then you got your lowering and possibly a funnel, maybe even a brief tornado there for a moment. This is due north of Roswell, New Mexico. That's the storm we're monitoring now on radar. And this was 2 minutes ago. So Definitely a good shot there. Definitely something to pay attention to. Let's go back. I'm going to pull up reflectivity while y'all are looking at that photo real quick. The rotation is actually starting to look a little bit better here. A little bit more organized. There's actually 2 areas of rotation to be concerned about. So let's go ahead and go back to radar omega. So let's go ahead and circle the areas of concern here. You have, first off, you have your broad rotation on this part of the storm, and then you have another area of rotation that's a little bit tighter on that back end. So 2 areas of rotation. Likely this one would be, if it were to do something, would be kind of rain wrapped. And he is probably getting a visual of this. That's probably where that lowering picture came from, I would imagine. It's northwest of Roswell. So definitely 2 areas to kind of pay attention to here. One, and then the broad area of rotation over here to the east of it, in area number 2. If you were to ask me which area I would be more concerned about, it would definitely be this area back here. Reason being is because there's plenty of room for some inflow to be kicking in, some surface-based winds, maybe some aliens. Kind of looks like I drew an alien there, or jellyfish, but that would be kind of the area of concern for me. Obviously, you don't want to sleep on this eastern rotation here, but this one back to the left would be far better. Let's see if it matches up with some reflectivity runs here to make sure that is an accurate velocity scan. Definitely. So it's definitely matching up with the back area. This likely could be a developing wall cloud back here, maybe even a tornado here soon. This is northeast of White Oaks, New Mexico. Certainly some pretty good looking rotation and signature on this storm. Maybe even starting to form that kind of a classic hook on the tail end here. Look at that next scan. Definitely something happening right here. Let's zoom in a little bit here. See if there's any random towns. Jacarilla, I think if I'm spelling that right. Just east of you, man. You probably have a really good view if you live in this small town. I doubt there's a lot of people live in that town. If you live in that small town east of the mountains, you're probably getting an excellent view at probably a developing tornado, at least a decent wall cloud. There are a couple of chasers that are tucked in there pretty well. Michael Snyder's in there, and a couple other chasers that are far enough west that you can probably see the rotation. This definitely is probably a developing tornado right now. Outside of the severe warning box, luckily no population in the way that I know of. This is northwest of Roswell. So I want to be paying attention to that. I don't know if they'll tornado warn it or not. I know it's pretty good rotation, but it's in the middle of nowhere, and that usually affects whether they issue a tornado warning or not. We'll see what the next radar scan does. That's pretty impressive. I'm going to pull CC drops on my phone here, see if there's anything on the ground. I don't really see anything yet. Let me go to Twitter real quick and pull up one of these 2 guys that are on this storm to see if, because I have both of them on my Twitter, so let's see if they have any pictures they can relay just yet. Okay, so Michael Snyder, the guy right next to here, reports rapidly rotating wall cloud, multiple funnels. I'm trying to, I can't really see it. It's kind of an odd photo. Definitely no clearing of a funnel. I think he's I mean, he's right next to it, so he's going to see if there's a tornado on the ground or not. But Michael Snyder is reporting a rapidly rotating wall cloud, multiple funnels on this storm here in New Mexico. So we'll want to pay attention to that for a couple minutes here. Let me update the... So if you're just tuning in, we do have some pretty tight rotation here. Severe thunderstorm warning in New Mexico. This is northwest of Roswell. We're actually getting multiple areas of rotation on this storm now. We have the next radar scan here, if it whenever it decides to go through, you will see that this storm is probably producing a tornado, or this area of rotation, and there will be another one right here, and then you have this broad area. So almost 3 separate areas, and actually even in front of it is producing rotation. This is unbelievable. It's been a long time since I've seen a storm this good. Let's let the radar update, and we're going to have about 4 areas of rotation on this storm. Wow. I was not expecting this storm to go upscale like this. But this was the storm we were kind of eyeballing earlier. So let's give it a second here to update on here. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so look at this. We have area number 1, which is probably producing about right now. A brief area of number 2 here. Area number 3, which is also looking like it could be producing. And then a very broad area here. So 4 different areas to monitor. The big ones being this one and this one right now. Especially now that this one to the south is going, I would also be concerned about this, considering it's the lead storm right now. But this one also back here with plenty of room, and this one too. I mean, pretty significant rotating storm right now in about 4 different areas. Let's pull reflectivity here. I'm going to go back over and check Twitter and see what we got going on. See if Michael's posting anything else. Yeah, Dan, I'll check CC drop here in a second. Very easily could be a tornado on any one of these. I don't see anything that points out. I do see a little area of like bluish popping up on CC, but that's not in the area of any tight rotation, so I wouldn't. We'll probably give it a couple of scans, and then yeah, it's probably hail, Dan. Yeah, we'll give it a couple of scans. Look, oh my goodness, this storm is starting to tighten up in 4 different areas, guys. If storm chasers play their cards right, they could get 4 different tornadoes. This is crazy. So we're going to monitor this storm for a little bit longer. Yeah, we'll get to Texas here in a second. Let's see if there's any warnings or anything here. No tornado warnings in Texas yet. We are monitoring, though, 4 areas of rotation on this one storm. Well, I guess 3 on this back storm. Let's pull up velocity again so I can give you guys an idea. The location here. Hopefully it's updated the same as radar scope here. I can't believe there's not a tornado warning yet, to be honest. Where would you put it? Would you tornado warn the whole thing? Look at the rotation, guys. Wow. Still pretty good rotation on this back. Here's another one that could be producing, and then another one. And then I wouldn't even rule out this one either. So 4 areas to monitor right now. No tornado warning on the storm yet. Looks like we might be approaching some mountains as well. I can see some like Padilla Point, Capitan Peak. But we are approaching, looks like maybe some small towns in New Mexico as well. There's got to be photos somewhere of these happening. Let me check Twitter here. Okay, so Michael Steiner hadn't posted anything new yet. Let's go to New Mexico weather. We'll go to the latest. Still not orange? No, it's not. That storm, that rotation to the south is kind of doing a little bit of a little bit broader rotation now. Let's take it over to Twitter here. Jessica Moore, meteorologist Jessica Moore, for Radar Omega has a looks like a pretty decent shot. This was 8 minutes ago, 6:52 my time, 5:52 I think. Well, no, it'd be 4:52 Mountain Time. You can kind of see maybe a lowering wall cloud here. This was the strengthening storm northwest of Roswell. This is the one that's producing the 4 separate areas of rotation. But you can make out the base of the storm up here, and then the drop off, probably indicating a wall cloud here. So that's a pretty good shot. Pretty good area out there in New Mexico to monitor. Still not tornado warned somehow. There was a storm report 4 minutes ago that reports a rotating wall cloud on this storm, probably the one that we're looking at right now, courtesy of Jessica Moore. This is at Doppler Jess on Twitter too, by the way, guys. So let's get back to radar here. Take a look at any scans that we're getting in the last couple minutes. Aaron J. Jack, okay. Yeah, this is a pretty big tornado area of interest. I mean, this one actually came out of kind of nowhere. This little baby one here, that easily could be producing a tornado. This one back to the south maybe has weakened out a bit, and then this one's still doing pretty well up here. So I would say this is pretty broad as well. I would say the main areas as of right now is this and this, without ruling out that southern one east of Blue Water. Let me go back to Twitter, see if I can find any more pictures here. A couple more wall cloud photos that we've already looked at. Okay, I'm not seeing a ton of photos just yet. I've made my way around back to where I was earlier. Scott Steger says 3 mesos at one time northwest of Roswell. That's exactly what we're monitoring. He actually has a okay photo of what looks to be maybe a wall with maybe just a little bit of a lowering on it. You can kind of see here's the base, and then the kind of the lowering of the wall cloud, and then something underneath it, a little appendage. That probably is maybe a developing funnel cloud there for a second. I'm gonna continue checking velocity because it's only a matter of time before the mountains get in the way and it starts to die off. That's what I'm waiting for it to do. I don't think it's updated yet, but definitely still an area of concern back here, a little bit right here, and then as well as right here. I don't know what this is doing up here. I don't think it's anything to worry about right now. But eventually, probably these storms will die out a little bit, I'd imagine, as they get closer to the mountains. And then maybe they'll clear the mountains and then probably recycle. So let's just give it a second here. Let's pull radar scope, make sure I'm not missing anything. So far right now, these are the best looking storms. And I think that's actually as the radar updated here. Let me get you guys back to Radar Omega, the app. I think as these storms, let me close that. As these storms cross the mountain, because you can see the mountains right here, kind of highlighted a bit. You can tell that the storm's back here. Well, it hasn't updated yet. Give it a second. Radar Omega just is a little slow with their updates. This is nearing Roswell, New Mexico, too, which is populated. That is a populated area, so we're getting to the point now where if this rotation continues, I would assume a tornado warning would be issued. But what I'm expecting to happen, if the radar ever updates, is for these storms back here to weaken and this storm to intensify now that it got around the mountains. Because we noticed that this storm was strong until it hit the mountains, and then all of a sudden it died off. So I'm assuming that, hopefully, that... Oh, just updated. And it did just that. Cool. You can see the storm kind of is a little bit better now. These storms are starting to die off back here. This one may be still trying. It's not quite close to the mountains yet. So as soon as it cleared the radar scope update. Radar scope makes it look so much better. Right here you can see that rotation starting to tighten. Now this is nearing Roswell, so this is population, so it'll be interesting to see if they consider this strong enough rotation to issue a tornado warning or not. It looks like maybe even it's starting to do like a little bit of a right turn, which isn't good. Radar scope is really good with their updates. For some reason, that last one took a minute. It came in at the same time as my Radar Mega did, but usually they're like 2-3 minutes ahead, which is why I'm thinking about getting a different computer so I can get Radar scope downloaded with time. Yeah, guys, I'm still monitoring the stuff back in Texas. That's why I keep looking down at. I look down to see if radar scope's updated, and then I also scan over and see if any warnings have been issued in Texas. I'm still pretty impressed with this storm. Now that it's cleared the mountains, I'll be really curious to see if they issue a tornado warning or not. Depending on what the next radar scan shows, if it jumps and the radar scan's really tight, if not, they might not worry about it. I don't know yet. There's also no severe thunderstorm warning on this front storm either. According to this last radar scan, 2 of the 3 main areas of rotation are outside the warning box, of any warning box. Per that last scan, the only one in it is that storm that's now starting to die off a little bit. Justin says need to get subscriptions up and monetize this channel. I'm trying, buddy. I'm trying. That's the goal, guys. Like I said, subscribe to the channel, like the video. I just got a notification that we reached 100 messages already today. That's awesome, y'all. Keep asking questions. Keep going. We hit 1,000 the very first day I live streamed. I don't think we'll do that today. It's not as widespread event, but look at the rotation west of. But anyways, yeah, subscribe to the channel, guys. It helps me out a lot. I'm trying to monetize, so I can do this more often. Anthony says, look at the rotation west of Junction. Which Junction? Okay, Junction. Okay, I know where that is. Yeah, it might have a little bit of like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a check mark almost going on in that storm west of Junction, Texas. That might start doing a thing here. Also northwest of Junction 2, a little bit of a rotation, kind of doing the same thing. I'll monitor that. If a tornado warning comes out and I don't say anything, mention something, we'll break away and go over there because that's populated. I'm going to check on the storms here near Odessa as well. Not really impressive. And then we'll race back to these storms over here in New Mexico. See if radar has updated. I think it has. I think radar scope was showing something. I don't know. I don't have it up right now. Storm's definitely getting close to Roswell now. So still some rotation on the latest update right here. These storms still rotate. I mean, these are still rotating storms. Could still easily be wall clouds on all three of these mesos. And you even got a little bit of tightening going on with this one. Still pretty ugly up there, but you easily could have three wall clouds on three different mesos here. I'm still shocked that they didn't. I mean, they know more than I do, I guess. They worked at the National Weather Service for a reason, but still monitoring this storm right here as the main storm right now, considering its nearing population, and it's not warned. So we'll pay attention to that one for a minute. See if there's still big hail falling from these storms as well. So looking at hail falling right now. Some pretty decent hail back here, which is why this severe thunderstorm warned storm. And very, very big, probably pea-sized hail on that one. So not much for hail on this southern storm that's kind of piquing our interest a little bit more. I have radar scope with split screen. I'm trying to figure out still what's what, especially split the screen. Yeah, man. It takes a lot of time. I mean, it takes a lot of time to go through those radar apps and kind of learn everything. Best thing to do is just one day where there's storms. You could even follow this live stream too and watch the radar as we're watching it. That way you kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. So look at this rotation here. So still an area. This kind of went more broad, maybe weakening out. Maybe it's getting affected by the mountains a little bit. Right there are the mountains. Again, kind of broadened out a little bit, but still don't want to sleep on that, especially nearing the population here. This storm looks like maybe it tightened up a little bit on this last scan. Kind of a decent looking couplet there for this scan at least. Let me hop over to Twitter to see if I can find. What about Central? We're watching Central Texas as well. I've been bouncing around. This one being the more concerning storm at the moment. I don't see. There's no tornado warnings in Texas yet. But I'm definitely watching Central Texas too. I'm not leaving you guys out of the game. Although there's not a huge tornado threat over there today. So that's another reason why we're not really paying much attention to that area. But we know Texas and Texas full surprises. So definitely paying attention to everywhere today. Sean just said there's a mesocyclone in southeastern Pennsylvania. Of course there is. It's a little bit everywhere, I guess. Of course, if it goes tornado warned, we'll hop over there. We'll take a look. Look at this rotate. Yeah, this. I think Dan. As soon as I read that, I looked on a radar scope. This rotation back. I don't know how this isn't tornado warned yet. I really don't. I guess because it's in the middle of nowhere. But holy cow! Wait for it to update on here. As soon as Mega updates it. Oops. There is a tornado warning in Virginia and Maryland now. Just got that notification. Looks like on a southern end of a linear event. That's pretty crazy. So there is a tornado warning in Virginia and Maryland right now. So we'll take a look at that here in a second. Look at this. Definitely a tightening couplet here. Almost a textbook couplet. This is just north of Capitan Peak, Padilla Point, and these two towns, Blue Water, New Mexico. We may need to break away and go to Virginia. Looks like we might need to. So let's do that real quick. Let's go over to Virginia and Maryland while these storms remain in the open. This includes a lot of population. So let's head on over there and take a look at this tornado warning. I was not expecting to have to break away and do a tornado warning in Virginia and Maryland, so that's interesting. That's very interesting. So let's do, let me edit. You can kind of see the tightening couplet there on radar. This is the tornado warning. I guess this is only Virginia. Sorry, guys. This is a tornado warning in Virginia only. Definitely was not expecting to be covering this, but that's okay. Looks like that last radar scan kind of killed it a little bit. Right here's where your tornado would be. Look at the amount of towns in the path of this. That's what's the concerning part. That's why I decided to jump off that New Mexico storm briefly. Look at the amount of towns in the path of this storm. Let me pull up. I'm going to pull up New Mexico on my other phone so I don't miss out. So right here is your area of rotation, probably. You got towns like Center Cross, Wildwood Beach, Oakley, Laneview, all of you, Sharps, all of you are in the path of this rotation. Radar indicated lots of counties in the path. This dangerous storm will be near Center Cross around 7:20, Sharps around 7:25, Robley, Moratico, and Farnham. What's up with the town names over there? 7:35, and in Lancaster at 7:45 Eastern time. This is a radar indicated tornado warning. Storm's moving east at 35 miles per hour, and this is located in Virginia. So definitely want to keep an eye on this. Actually, when I looked at it, see if it still shows it. When I looked at the reflectivity scan there a minute ago, you actually kind of saw like a little hook on the end of this. You still see it a little bit. You can kind of still get the little hook here, right where that rotation would be, right there. So kind of a textbook supercell almost, making its way across Virginia, about to cross over the river here. That's Maryland, isn't it? Pretty sure that includes Maryland too. I could be wrong though. So that's definitely no, it's not. Never mind. It's a county border. So definitely looking like almost like a textbook supercell thunderstorm with that hook. You get your kind of your RFD wrapping around it. Could be producing a tornado with this type of structure, but right now it isn't. Pull-up velocity is definitely not showing. Definitely not showing much of a tornadic storm right now. Maybe it was there for a brief second when we came on. Come on. Load. So really not showing much of strong rotation right now on this storm in Virginia. I don't know if... okay, hold on. I saw it somewhere to go. Dan says 5,000 people are in the warning. Okay. That's a lot of people. Not as much as I thought, but Still a lot of people. 5,000 people in this tornado warning on this storm in Virginia. Let's go back to reflectivity. Yeah, I'm still eyeballing that New Mexico storm. Definitely impressive rotation back on that New Mexico storm. It is not affecting anything yet, though. That's the thing. And it's still not tornado warned. It's got to be because... it's not affecting anybody. It's just out in the open. There's nothing out there. I've been in New Mexico a few times in that area, and it's just nothing is out there. So that's probably why they're not reporting it. So again, if you're just tuning in, tornado warning in Virginia. This is Eastern Virginia. At first we had a pretty good looking hook. It's kind of getting faded in now, kind of losing that textbook signature. We'll keep hopping between reflectivity and velocity, making sure we got no tight spin ups that are occurring. This would be a terrible place for it, considering the amount of towns that are in the path. It's pretty ugly. I mean, it's not very good rotation, but if it's going to be, it's going to be due west of Oakley, right? We get that line of green and red mixing together. Definitely not an impressive velocity scan. That's good if you live in Oakley or any of the towns in the path. Definitely not the best scan we've seen today. That storm in New Mexico is still looking really, really impressive with the two pretty significant mesocyclones happening. That one, okay, it is tornado warned now in New Mexico. I just saw that. So we are going to bail again, and we are going to go to New Mexico because we were watching that storm earlier. This is a tornado warning in New Mexico. Very impressive rotation, likely a tornado occurring, I would imagine, or at least getting pretty damn close to happening. Do we know if it's radar indicated or if this is a confirmed tornado yet? So this is radar indicated rotation. So if you're just tuning in, tornado warning in New Mexico. We were following this storm here for a few... Come on, load. Oh, it did. It's just doing that weird thing. We were following this storm for a while. Earlier, we broke away to go to Virginia. That Virginia storm looks like it's weakening a bit. What is happening? Oh, it's doing that stupid thing. Hang on, guys. For some reason, it attaches me to that radar site, and that is a terrible radar site. It's Air Force Base, I think. So let's get to the good stuff here. There we go. We will go velocity. I don't know if it's still showing the impressive rotation or not. Sure looks like it is. This is in New Mexico. One of the more impressive rotation areas we've seen all day. Just north of the mountains here. Definitely a very tight couplet happening here. Let's see. I'm looking at the storm chasers in the area, so I know who to kind of pull. Let's. I'm going to go ahead and hop over on Twitter while you guys look at that radar scan for a second. I'm going to see if there's any really good rotation on, or any good photos of this storm. Okay, so Mike Olbinski has some stuff. Nothing dropping to the ground. Let's go ahead and go to Twitter real quick so I can show you. This is Mike Olbinski, Emmy Award-winning storm chaser. He's saying tornado warned storm northeast of Capitan, New Mexico, right northeast of the mountains almost. You can definitely see, you can make out the lowering here. Very tight rotation. Looks like maybe the lowering back here as well. So you can kind of see one lowering here, and then looks like maybe a more significant lowering tucked in back on the back end of that storm. So this is this is literally a minute ago when he uploaded. So this is the most current photo I could find of the tornado warning in New Mexico. Look at this last radar scan. Good Lord. I mean, we've been doing this. I've been live streaming for about 4 or 5 days in a row now, and this is probably the best velocity scan that I've seen in those days. Extremely tight couplet right here. Probably trying to, if not producing, a tornado. I would be shocked if it's not. Definitely an incredible rotation on this storm. This is due north of, what was it, Capitan? Yeah, northeast of Capitan, New Mexico, northwest of Roswell. It is. This is an area of 2 rotating thunderstorms. The one to the southeast, not as impressive as it was, but this one back is really doing well. Definitely healthy right now. We'll see how long it lasts. Hopefully not very long, because this is moving towards population. Dan says only 48 people. Yeah, only 48 people in this tornado warning, which is probably why they waited so long to issue it. Paul says looking very dark near Roswell, watching on live feed Aaron J. Jack. Okay. I can't pull Aaron J. Jack's live stream. I'd have to pay for it. I'm waiting for. I wonder if Brad has raced west yet. If he's still. I'm watching some live streams here to see. Yeah, I'm watching Matt Graham right now. See what he's reporting. This is definitely the best rotation of the day for sure, Anthony. This is really, really well. I'm going to continue scrolling through Facebook while we wait for radar updates to see if anybody is posting. If you guys see anything on Twitter worth noting, let me know so that I can get it pulled up here on the live stream. I can pull anything from Twitter because Twitter allows that, but I can't pull random live streams. I'm watching Matt Graham's live stream as well. I do see a bit of a lowering there. Looks like we might have a CC drop as well on this storm. I'm going to give it another scan. Oh, okay. Anthony just said that. Yeah, I do think I see a CC drop on this. So likely a tornado on the ground, just based on the correlation coefficient. National Weather Service still has this radar indicated, but I do see a bit of a CC drop. For those who are wondering what a CC drop is, CC stands for correlation coefficient. It picks up random things in the radar site, kind of like debris, for an example. Could be dust. Could be anything in the area. So I'm just waiting for maybe a confirmation here of a tornado, because that definitely is a pretty good CC drop here. So we'll give it a second here. Sean says tornado on the ground confirmed. Let me know where you got that information from there, Sean. That way I can verify. If you saw it on Twitter or something, let me know. That or mine. I just might be late here. People are posting literally back-to-back wall clouds. Pretty crazy stuff right now. Been a minute since I've seen a good storm like this in New Mexico. I'm still waiting to get some decent updates here, photo-wise. It definitely looks like a CC drop. I'm going to get another scan here. That way we can verify, because usually that second scan will kind of give you a better idea. It all depends where the rotation is as well, because if it's in front of the rotation, sometimes that's just some dust being kicked up if it's pretty much right on it. Let's pull you from radar for just a second. I'm going to take you over to Twitter. Oops. I almost put you right back on radar. And show you this picture from Scott Steiger at Steiger Scott on Twitter. Update rapid rotation tornado warned storm. Hashtag, of course, tagging that. You can see the wall cloud here. underneath. I don't see it. Obviously, see a tornado here. This was 1 minute ago, so it could be producing some ground circulation on the other side of these hills, which is why CC drop is happening. But I do not obviously know fully condensed tornado currently on the ground on this storm. CC drop definitely shows it though. That's why I'm kind of like leaning towards the tornado on the ground. Yeah, CC drop is definitely right where the rotation is, so it definitely appears to be a tornado on the ground. Sean says he got on I got on Twitter. Someone tagged me. If you could, Sean, tag me as well. Here, I'll put my stuff in there. Just tag me in the comments. That way I can get it pulled up here. Definitely a best case scenario if you're any type of research, tornado research, storm chasing, being out in the open like this. Nobody around, no towns around in this tornado warning, and you have all the views in the world to see it. So we'll go back to radar here. Let's go ahead and pull the correlation coefficient, which is why I'm kind of leaning towards the tornado that's on the ground maybe for a second. High res correlation coefficient. Hopefully radar Omega has a good CC. I really haven't been able to use the CC yet. So right there is where we're talking about. You can get the blue right there. That's probably a tornado, or at least was a tornado. Rotation still appears pretty tight. So that's likely where that tornado was. Let me check and see if they updated the... Still haven't updated yet. Still showing as radar indicated. Kind of expands out here again on the next radar update. This could, I mean, the radar is pushing. So here, let's do this. Let's circle where the correlation coefficient matches a tornado on the ground. Let's go back to velocity and make sure it matches up. Of course, there could be a frame or two off. So, yeah, that's likely a tornado. I mean, it matches right up with it. We're not covering Central Texas right now. There's no tornado warnings out. We definitely have to stay where the tornado warning is. But I'm still monitoring Central Texas, I promise. Let's go. Let me go back to Twitter here and see if there's still any photos yet. Someone's got to have a photo already uploaded. It's usually a race to whoever uploads the first tornado photo of the day. I'm really shocked that I haven't found a tornado photo yet. Still really tight rotation though right here. Happening just north of State Road 246, just northwest of Roswell. This storm was also rotating, is nearing the town as well. It's pretty broad, but still nearing the town. This one back here, obviously producing the goodies, it seems like. Let me go back to Twitter here. So we have any photos at all. So nothing coming in yet that I can see with the hashtag NMWX. A couple of pretty decent photos of the structure, but I don't see any photos of the tornado, of any tornado, just yet. So we'll give it a couple minutes. Of course, it takes some time. They might not be in the best area as well, but again, tornado warning northwest of Roswell, New Mexico, showing a pretty tight area of rotation. Let's go. We'll give it one more update here to see if CC drops are still appearing. Okay, so the radar just updated. Let's go to CC. Let's correlate coefficient that, and let's see if it's still appearing on there with that last scan. Yeah, it's kind of hard. So what's probably happening is because now you have this entire area, which is suspicious, obviously. So likely what's happening is that this is all RFD. RFD is rear flank downdraft. What's happening is you got your main area of tornadic, maybe debris or dust right here, and then you have the RFD that's wrapping around the tornado, and it's kicking up all this New Mexico dust and dirt back here. So you got your main area up here, and then you have all that dust being kicked up by the RFD. That's probably why it appears kind of a funky. Usually, if it's no dust or anything, or like Dixie Alley, like Alabama, you just get one little area of blue that's indicating a tornado. In this case, you're probably getting a lot of dust kicked up, and then you have your circulation up here where your tornado would be. Let's go back to velocity. Still definitely some tight rotation there to monitor. So here's your latest radar scan. Still an area right here. This is as of 3 minutes ago. Now that storm to the southeast nearing Roswell is also starting to tighten up a little bit too, so we'll have to pay attention. Let me go back to Twitter. Like refresh Twitter. It's just showing the same thing over and over again. Storm to the southeast is still pretty broad, but it's starting to come together a little bit. Let me go back to Texas, make sure we're not missing anything. We're not missing anything. Waiting for another radar scan here to see what we got going on. Okay. Still some pretty good rotation. Not as impressive as a few minutes ago. Probably not tornado right now, but still definitely an area of concern there. Right here, of course, Road 266. So you want to make sure that you're not driving on that. That rotation is nearing you. Do we have any storm reports? Still no storm reports from it either. Okay, here's a good shot. No CC. Yeah, probably not a CC drop anymore. It doesn't. It's pretty broad now. Let's go back to Twitter here. Spencer Armlin has this shot. This is a pretty well-defined wall cloud, it looks like. Here's your base. Here's your wall cloud. This is on that tornado-warned storm. So, and I know that it's this storm in particular that the tornado warned because I can see his location here on radar scope. So he is due west of the rotation. So this rotation is moving left to right on this image. He's sitting on that highway. It's getting ready to cross. So definitely some good rotation. Easily could have had a brief tornado tucked in here that could have caused that CC drop. It's pretty low to the ground. And then your RFD kicking up some dust. I'm actually shocked that we haven't seen a fully condensed tornado yet. I'm also shocked that we haven't seen any spin-up photos of any type of twirling dust at the bottom. But it's probably because we have these mountains here. Not really mountains, but hills. This isn't like a Texas Panhandle chase where you can see for 20 miles. These hills are kind of cutting off any visual of the ground, which is probably why we don't have more tornadic confirmation yet. Still eyeballing this rotation. It's starting to looks like it's starting to try again. So we'll see if it continues to tornado or not, or if it tries to again. I'll take you guys back to the rotation here on radar. Wait for it to upload here. Radar scope's upload. We're gonna wait. Is this uploaded or updated? No, it's not. There it goes. All right, so just updated. So you can kind of see now it's still really trying. I mean, it's certainly tight enough that it could be doing a thing here. Definitely got a wall cloud. we just saw it. Definitely still a wall cloud there without a doubt, and it's still rapidly rotating. Definitely don't want to sleep on this storm just yet. Definitely tightened up a little bit on that last run, so it could easily be trying again. J. Oh my gosh, they're always the hardest names to spell out whenever you need them to be easy. See if I can pull that up. So we're kind of just waiting for more. Really, kind of waiting for like footage. I mean, I'm shocked that we haven't seen any like tornado videos. A lot of wall cloud shots, which is nice. I'm just going to do like a hashtag search, like hashtag New Mexico weather. See if we can find anything that pops up. Junction, Texas has a severe thunderstorm warning for it out right now. Probably going to get some pretty decent winds on that storm there in Junction, Texas. No tornado, though. Just some pretty heavy winds. So make sure you're in your safe spots because those 70-mile-per-hour winds can still do some damage. Sorry, that was an old one. Oh, you're all right. I didn't even look it up. I was like, I don't want to sit here and try to type that crazy last name. Anthony says the CC is back. No problem at all. That's what I'm here for. Here to respond, here to answer questions. We're going to do right now, we're just going to pull up CC again and see if maybe it's flirting with it, flirting with the earth or not. Maybe it's on the ground again. Who knows? Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like maybe there again for a second we might have had a tornado. Again, probably some of this yellow. This whole thing is not the tornado. I can tell you that. Be like a 2-mile wide tornado, but probably some of this is the dust being kicked up from RFDs and maybe from forward flanks as well. And then somewhere in this mix might have been a brief tornado, but likely what's happening is I don't think this might not be a tornado on the ground. This could be just the entire circulation just picking up dust and dirt and just kind of throwing it around. Definitely something to keep an eye on, though. Sean says the tornado warning in Virginia got lifted. Okay, perfect. Perfect. I did see Barb's photo of the lowering already of the wall cloud. Let me pull. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. We'll pull reflectivity. I'm curious to see what the storm looks like on reflectivity, anyways. Definitely the more impressive storm of the day. I think it's definitely low precipitation because I mean it would be embedded in rain, and we're seeing a lot of photos of the wall cloud. So here's the latest radar scan here as of to go, still showing an area of concern. Not as impressive as it was earlier, but still don't want to sleep on it. Let's go down here. It looks kind of like junk, really. We'll stay with this one for now. But again, right yonder, still want to pay attention to that, but not as impressive as it was. Actually might be even an area back here that's starting to do a little something, and you get that a lot. Maybe even around the bigger circulation, you'll get these little satellites that want to start doing some stuff and start spinning. So we'll pay attention to back there as well. That last radar scan really kills it. Certainly not as impressive as it was. We'll keep an eye on it. They could drop the tornado warning here shortly. So Ray says Aaron JJ has very strong inflow, kicking up dust on the ground, very visible on this cam. That's what the CC drop we're seeing there. Chris Wickland. Okay, we've seen that already. Okay, Chris Wickland. Okay. When did he post that? 7:43 minutes ago. Yeah, so Ray says that Aaron J. Jack is catching all that dust kicking up. That's what the probably the CC drops are catching, kind of like what I said earlier. When it comes to the CC drops, you have to be careful because sometimes it may look as if there's a tornado. You can see right here, likely a tornado because you can tell just by the the weak levels on it. You want your CC drops to be like a really bright blue to indicate a tornado on the ground, but probably a lot of inflow dust being kicked right here underneath the main circulation even, and that's what's dropping that that look there. Let's go to velocity, and then I'm actually going to take you guys to Twitter real quick, and we're going to look at the photo of, it looks like 2 wall clouds on the ground here as soon as it goes to load. Thank you, Sean, for pointing this out. This is courtesy of Chris Wickland at wiki_dubs_weather. You can see the 2 areas of rotation here. This is 3 minutes ago. I'm not sure if this is this storm down here, maybe? I don't think so. Maybe something trying here on the first wall cloud, and then maybe this one back here, or if he's getting images of this one and this one that was there briefly. I can't really tell which, because it's definitely 2 wall clouds. You can see one back here. That one's really low to the ground, and then you have this one that's also impressive. So definitely 2 wall clouds here. This is northwest of Roswell on that tornado warning. Let me scroll down here. Okay, the Virginia tornado warning was extended. Okay, keep it on. Hold on. Pretty decently weak rotation on that storm in Virginia, so I'm not going to panic about it just yet. Of course, this storm isn't any better, I guess, but all right, so let's go back to radar real quick here. Let's go back and take a look at what the storm is doing in the last few minutes. All right, so it doesn't look as impressive anymore. It's like a big radar gap right here. At first, when I scope, I thought this was like a massive tornado on the ground. There's just a radar gap. This storm looks severely weakened. We'll see if it recycles or not. This storm down here, if it ever maybe gets its act together, this could be a potential tornado next. So we'll see what it does. All this is nearing the Roswell city limits. So now we're getting a little bit more population here. Let's check reflectivity. Wait for that to load. Thank you guys for tuning in today for the severe weather coverage. A couple of storms that really piqued our attention today. One in Virginia there originally with a tornado warning, and now this tornado warning in New Mexico. So we're kind of keep those who keep saying that Aaron J. Jag is live. Yeah, I've been watching it. I unfortunately can't pull a live stream off of YouTube because I'll have to pay for it. So I can pull anything from Twitter, though. Anything from Twitter is fair game due to the new Fair Use Act that they passed on the Twitter app. So I can use anything on Twitter without having to pay for it, but I cannot use YouTube videos or any other streaming service videos. Since that radar update, let's go into this front one real quick. This front one might be trying. It's only a matter of time. It still hasn't updated. Velocity's oh, there it goes. It's very, very weak, but maybe right in there, just west of Ross. I mean, it's crossing I-70 right now, which is crazy because I-70 runs about an hour and a half south of my house, and I'm in Indiana. So that's how far I-70 goes. I think it's one of the longest interstates in the country. Anyways, but maybe right here a little bit of trying, but definitely weakened out. This storm back here is certainly not as strong as it was. Probably still wall clouds on it. They're probably not doing much. But still tornado warning on it nonetheless. So we want to take it serious. Len says he's in Virginia Beach. Storm's heading this way. So keep us posted, Len, on those storms over there. Get some photo, get some video if you can. Send it to me on Twitter. Tornado warning in Virginia replaced. JV, that's just how I talk, man. You have to get used to it. I'll try to keep it on the low though. Sean, okay, Sean, thanks for sending me all this. I'll try to keep updated on all of them. I just keep refreshing Twitter. Some pretty nice Mamadas clouds on this storm near Roswell, which is a good sign for severe activity. Still nothing going on. No, still nothing going on these radar updates. I'm shocked they still have the tornado warning out. They might just let it go until it expires, but we're still monitoring a tornado warning in New Mexico. This is due northwest of Roswell. So we're still monitoring it, still paying attention to it. Thank you guys so much for joining this stream. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. It helps me a ton. Trying to monetize the channel and everything. So any like or anything helps. So please subscribe for continuing severe weather coverage all year round. Hurricane season's right around the corner too. We'll have storms starting to fire up in the Atlantic. We know it's coming. So if you guys want updates on, Max Claypool. I know who Max Claypool is. If you guys want updates on hurricane coverage, please subscribe and get notifications so you guys can stay up to date every time I go live. Yeah, Max has pretty good shots of the Mamadas right now on this New Mexico storm. I'll actually show you guys it. Hold on. Let's go ahead and only 19 people in this tornado warning now. So not a very yeah, thanks, Michael. I saw you subscribe to mine, man. I'll get you a subscribe as soon as I'm done with this. Let's go over to Twitter real quick. I'm going to show you Max Claypool's pretty cool Mamadas cloud picture. It's really pretty. Definitely a bubbling in the boiling cloud, as you could say. So really pretty picture of that tornado warned storm here by Max Claypool at Mad Max Claypool on Twitter. Yeah, guys, thank you, Justin. Again, yeah, you guys, please subscribe to the channel. Severe weather coverage all the time, everywhere. Also, some extreme weather videos on there, too. You'll see some close-range tornado footage I've got already this year. Once I'm back out in the field storm chasing, I'll live broadcast through YouTube as well. So make sure you're staying subscribed so you guys can see that. Monster Hail and Aaron Storm, I guarantee, yeah. I believe that 100%. Looks like maybe Northwest is trying. The tornado warning storm is maybe trying again. That Southeast storm still struggling a little bit to get its act together due west of Roswell. But maybe that tornado warning is trying again. Yeah, man, absolutely, Luke. Well, I'll keep you completely posted on hurricanes too, guys. Hurricane season is right around the corner. That's when it gets serious. It'd be when hurricanes are in the in the Atlantic and in the Gulf. That's like an everyday live stream thing, because hurricanes change direction so often that you want to continuously update. So it'd be like an everyday hurricane update type of thing for an hour, and then live stream as it makes landfall, and pull some photos of the landfall and live stream the landfall if I'm down there. So that's what we want to do. Let me figure out how to spell that name. Well, actually, let me take them back over the radar real quick. Then I'll keep scrolling. Looks like maybe it's trying again here on that tornado warning storm, or at least it was. Very broad area of rotation here on. Crap. As soon as I said that, it updated. But still, maybe trying something right here. This storm may be trying to do a little something here southwest of Roswell now. You probably, if you live in Roswell, you probably have a great view of these storms. Definitely going to be some pretty storms. Still tornado warned just northwest of Roswell. Let me see if I can pull that guy's photo. Oh, what was the first name? Forgot it already. Oh, he's the Canadian. Yeah. So, Aaron's windshield took another beating, still intact though. That's good, man. Anytime you don't lose your windshield in a hailstorm, that's always impressive. Let's go back to Twitter real quick. I'm going to show you what we're looking at with this tornado warning storm. Kind of what I expected to see. This storm has died off pretty well. It's become just a really good structure. This is Braden Morisseau. It's Canadian. I don't know how to exactly pronounce that, but mothership supercell west-northwest of Roswell, New Mexico, 5:50 p.m. Mountain time. So you can see pretty good structure. This is where your tornado would be. However, definitely not a developing tornado situation right now. You can tell by the structure of the storm that it is somewhat dying almost. It doesn't have that good sharp-edged wall cloud anymore. It's just a really nice structure, which is, hey, I've sold a lot of photos just in structure before, so I enjoy my structure every now and then. But if you're looking for a tornado, this is not going to be it's not going to be it just yet. We're going to keep our eye on it, though. I've been stuck at 40 viewers for like an hour and a half. I don't know. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I just started doing this like live weather coverage this week, so it's brand new. If you like it, you like what you see so far. This is kind of a lower end severe weather event, though. During severe weather outbreaks that we had on Tuesday and Wednesday, it was a lot more intense, a lot more fun. But if you guys want to keep updated with severe weather coverage, be sure to like the video and subscribe. Also helps me in the long run as well, so I can keep doing it. I'm also going to be doing some giveaways too. I have a lot of free equipment from Midland, USA, talking walkie-talkies, radar, or not radar, weather alert radios. A lot of good stuff from Midland, USA that we're going to be giving away as well. They gave it to me for free to give away to my followers. So once we hit maybe 800 subscribers, we'll do a giveaway, and then 900, and then 1,000, we'll do a big one. There's a big Supercell picture on my wall. Might give that one away too. I got a lot more. Who knows? We'll be giving away free stuff. So stay here for it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to win some free stuff. Especially if you live in like hurricane areas and Tornado Alley. You definitely want to get this free equipment because this could save your life in the long run. Absolutely no problem, man. That's what I'm here for. I appreciate you thanking me for it. Absolutely really good structure on this tornado warned supercell. Just waiting for it to either recycle. It looks like it might be merging with that that southern storm. I also want to make sure I'm not missing anything in southwest Texas, which was another area that we were prepared for tornadoes today. But so far, as far as I know, we've only covered a couple tornado warnings today. And they did drop that tornado warning as well. So we know that there was a tornado warning in Virginia there briefly. And then we went over, and then as soon as we went to Virginia, the New Mexico storm went tornado warned. And I think there still is a tornado warning in Virginia. The rotation looks almost non-existent, so they'll probably let that one expire. It just started raining in my house. I can hear it. I was wondering what that noise was, and I was like, oh, I wonder if it's raining, and I just pulled up the radar, and it's raining. All right, so there are no okay, technically Virginia has a tornado warning, but it's about to expire. So there's no more tornado warnings in the New Mexico area that we were following. Looks like almost like those two storms are starting to kind of merge together a little bit, which is probably choking themselves off. Because originally they were kind of isolated. The one in the front was maybe producing there, we thought, for a second, and then the one in the back. They were kind of both rotating. At one point, we had 3 or 4 areas of rotation. Dang bro, would love to get that alert radio. One question: does it do mid-Atlantic? I have no idea. I would assume yes. It does. It's a very expensive one. It's one of their like $120 radios. And I have 2 or 3 of them to give away. And then I got walkie-talkies as well from Midland that go up to like 5-10 miles or something. It's crazy. So once we hit like 800 subscribers, I'll do a giveaway of one of those radios. And then when we hit like 900, I'll give away some more. And then maybe the 1,000 will be like the big walkie-talkie giveaway or something more expensive. Who knows? I'll give away anything at this point. But we got to get there. We got to get to the subscribers. And then we'll start doing giveaways. I'll do giveaways in one of my live streams before. I am not in the Southeast. I am in the Midwest. I am in West Central Indiana. I've been to North Georgia many times, though. I actually just got back from Columbus, Georgia, not too long ago. I live in the Northeast. It's raining a lot. What part of the Northeast? Curious. Or how far northeast? I know you all were getting some pretty good storms the other day. I was watching that on the stream as well. But I am located in West Central Indiana. I just saw that question again. It always gets busy in Indiana this time of year because the Indy 500 is coming up. And I live about an hour northwest of the Speedway, so it gets pretty busy. New York, okay. I got some friends that live out in New York. Can't remember the name of the town. Somewhere outside of Albany. I think it's the town in Albany, New York. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so what we're watching is, we can go ahead and take it back to radar here. There's also storms firing up in Texas too. I want to keep an eye on. Just on the other side of the New Mexico border, they're starting to rotate as well. It's just a really sloppy mess of storms the last few days. Storms that we were kind of expecting to, do their thing the last few days just aren't doing it anymore. It is what it is, I mean, I can't tell the weather what to do, but it's been quite odd. Maybe the storm back here is maybe trying to restart again, back right there. And really, these storms aren't. You're kind of not out of the picture yet if you're in Roswell, because these storms are still somewhat decent on radar. I mean, this one even isn't terrible. It's very, very broad. But this one also is starting to tighten up again. You can tell it by the bright blue. So we'll take a look at that here in a second. Yeah, man, no problem, Sean. Yeah, I've been meaning to give him away for a minute. I've been holding on to him for a while. I just got an email from Midland the other day, and they're like, "Hey, did you give him away yet?" I'm like, "Nope, working on it." But this is a good time to do it. Build up some subscribers, and then I'll do a Midland giveaway to the subscribers only, of course. Go back up a little bit. Do I think it's ever going to storm in Michigan? Man, I don't know. We just got, it's raining right now in Indiana. It rained yesterday, and yesterday was the first time I think I even heard thunder in Indiana in like a whole year. At least a year. Michigan, I don't know, man. It might not ever storm up there. It's been really quiet this year across the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes area. I did not chase the Moore tornado. The reason why I didn't chase the Moore tornado is that I was graduating high school at the time. So I was going out and down. I was keeping posted about it. I know that. I remember when it happened. But I had actually just got back from, I don't remember where, Kansas maybe, chasing a few days before that. But I was getting ready to graduate high school, so I had to go get my cap and gown and fitted for that. And I was doing all kinds of stuff for graduation, so I didn't have the opportunity to go west because I'm like 12 hours away from Oklahoma City, so it takes forever. Subscriber only live stream for the giveaway. Yeah, kind of what I planned on doing is, I don't know if can I do that? Can I do a subscriber only? I don't know if I can. If I can, I'll do that. But what I kind of planned on doing is just doing it over the thing, and picking like the first 3 people, and just checking to see if they're subscribed or not. I am, however, guys, doing this. This is new. This is exclusive content only. Patreon.com/ZachWaltersOfficial. So if you guys like my work, I might do it through there, actually. I can do a giveaway to members only. So you can go over there. You can join. It's like $3 to join. That helps me continue the YouTube stream, while also bring in a little bit of income for the severe weather coverage. And then maybe I'll do it over there. If you're a member of the Patreon, you have an opportunity to win. You have a chance to win. And then I'll just do it live on YouTube one day, and then I'll just verify if they're a member of the Patreon or not. But again, that's patreon.com/ZachWaltersOfficial. I just started it today, this morning. You go over there, you sign up. There's you click on the tier, it says official member, and then you have access to a bunch of stuff that I'm gonna do over there. Kind of keep you guys posted on when I go live. So the day I decide to go live, I'll let you guys know first over there that I'm going live. I'll keep you guys posted on maybe forecasts, so you don't have to wait for me to go live on YouTube to know what's going on. You'll have a forecast already. You'll know exactly what's going on before I even talk about going live. I'll upload pictures that nobody else gets to see on social media, videos and stuff like that. So it's pretty much like a private account for people who want to follow my work. So if you guys are interested in that, patreon.com/ZachWaltersOfficial. It's pretty cool. I like how it works. I played with it all day this morning. I got a couple friends that make pretty decent money doing other line of work, but on the Patreon. So it's pretty cool. But that's over there. Still monitoring a severe thunderstorm watch in New Mexico and Texas. It looks like this storm might be trying to recycle here. That's kind of what we've been waiting on. I'm not really leaving it quite yet. Right there. Right here's Roswell, New Mexico, home of the aliens. That's a joke. But northwest of Roswell, jeez, I can't talk today. Roswell, you're seeing that area of rotation starting to pick up a little bit. We'll see what happens here. Still severe thunderstorm warned for good reason, probably for hail and maybe some wind tucked in there. My biggest fear right now is that it might be getting cut off by this circulation. A lot of times when these storms start to mix together, it ruins it. We'll see here in the next radar scan if it starts to do anything. Maybe it'll start to dance around on the ground again. Who knows? We'll take a minute and monitor that for a second. Yeah, that's a great idea. Actually, I'll post that link in the. You don't actually have to have a Patreon, Sean. You just go there, you sign up, and then it will send everything to your email address. You don't even have to. I think you have to like put your name in, and obviously information like that, but you don't have to go and sign up or get the app or anything. It's every time I post, it goes right to your email. So there's the link, guys. I just posted patreon.com/ZachWaltersOfficial. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I've always wanted to let somebody ride along with a chase. I've done it before, but I've never like offered it to like social media followers. I've let people like I know a little bit chase with me before, and it's always awesome. Like because I hate chasing by myself, and I remember I did one person 2 years ago, and he was only with me for 2 days, and we got close to like 5 different tornadoes. It was crazy. He's asked me to go many times since, and usually whenever I'm chasing, he's working, so we haven't had the opportunity to link up again. But absolutely, yeah, you don't need any an actual. They'll ask you to sign up. You don't have to go back in or download the app or anything. It comes right to your email address. So just make sure it's an email that you can get notifications to, and as soon as I post something, it like dings on your phone or on your email, and then boom, exclusive content. No one else gets to see it. Let's go back to. I'm gonna check reflectivity again. Thank you guys so much though for staying here and watching this. Looks like that storm out front is actually doing a little bit of something too. Let's see here. Kind of just waiting for it to recycle. That's why we're kind of talking for a little bit. I was actually in Pennsylvania in February. I had some military training up there, and I was actually stuck in that snowstorm y'all got back in early February. I think it was like February 1st or 2nd. I was gridlocked on one of the interstates out there. I had to pull off to a hotel and sleep for the night. Right, yeah, you always want to storm chase with experienced people. You don't want to go chasing with somebody that just started or somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, because that's very dangerous. Storm chasing itself is extremely dangerous because if you're people like me, we like to get close. There is a new tornado warning out now with this storm. We'll let radar scan here, but been wanting to chase since kindergarten, 35 now. Someday I will. Yeah, man. Depending where you live, maybe I'll do like some type of free chase giveaway where you can chase with me one time. Maybe I'll do it for Patreon members as well. I've met Pecco Sank before, yeah, a few times. He's one of those guys that like you have to meet him at like just a random spot because he's kind of solo. He doesn't really talk to anybody. He'll come walking out of the bushes every now and then. But I've met him 2 or 3 times. Twice at a hotel we were staying at, and then once out in the field. Definitely a humble guy. Probably my favorite storm chaser. Somebody I definitely look up to. I don't tend to kind of like people. Like I know a lot of people kind of get giddy to meet Reed Timmer, but Pecos Hank, one of those guys that I've always wanted to be like. He's got excellent editing skills and video recording skills. Overall, really nice guy too. Great musician as well. But yeah, if you guys hop over and sign up for that Patreon, I'll keep dropping a link as the day goes on here. I'll drop it again here in a minute so you guys can see it. But if you guys, maybe I'll do some giveaways over there and do some like free ride along, free storm chasing type stuff on that Patreon. But if you all sign up, that'd be much appreciated. I'm trying to do this as much as possible. So any help works. We are monitoring now a new tornado warning for New Mexico. I can just click right back on that. This is northwest of Roswell. This does include Interstate 70. You can see the new tornado warning out for this rotation right here. Let's go ahead and pull the information here, see what they're saying. It's radar indicated. Storm is moving southeast at 20 miles per hour. So it's going to remain mainly over rural areas in east central Lincoln and western Chaves County, or Chaves, however you pronounce that. This one up here also could go tornado warrant. It's looking pretty good. That is approaching the airport, Roswell Airport. I believe that's an international airport. So a couple areas of rotation here, a new tornado warning. Let's pull up on reflectivity to see if it's impressive signature or not. Do I stream my chases? No, but I'm going to. I'm going to start doing that more. I used to all the time. Recently, I haven't live streamed, but I'm going to for YouTube, maybe for even the Patreon members, because I can live stream straight through that Patreon. That's okay, Sean, man. I appreciate it, brother. We're in the pandemic. I get it, man. But maybe I'll live, because I can live stream right through that Patreon page where Patreon members only can see live streams. But I thought about doing it on YouTube. I saw another question somewhere. I just put the link in the description. I'll do it again here. I just need a copy. I don't know why I'm trying to type it over and over again. I just need a copy and paste. If you guys are just now tuning in, we do have a new tornado warning out now in New Mexico, which I figure what was going to happen. That's why I was kind of stalling and talking to y'all. I was waiting for it to do it again. But it's okay, Sean, man. It's all right, brother. I know times are tough. Just hit that subscribe button. That's enough for me. That rotation looks like on the next scan isn't as impressive. I'm still concerned about that front storm. I'm really shocked they won this storm back here and not this front storm, considering this front storm is probably going to be the help. You can definitely see on the signature, though, nice little back hook wherever that rotation would be. Kind of making like a J almost. Let's go back to velocity here and see what the rotation looks like. So yeah, right where that J comes down, you can kind of see where it would be here on the velocity. It kind of jumps like this, and then you get your rotation right in here. Almost textbook, except for the velocity, a little bit tighter would be better. And then out here in front even, you got some area of rotation to be monitoring. Kind of the red with the wind going this way. And then you got your green, the wind's coming in. That's what gets your rotation going here. Definitely something to keep an eye on here as the scans go. Let's check the hail size too. I forgot about hail. Oh, hail no. Thanks, Sean. I appreciate it, brother. All right, so this front storm producing a lot better hail than the back storm. However, still not like massive hail. They're back, even little areas here producing some maybe pea size, and then up here it's probably producing maybe close to quarters, and down here probably quarters as well. Oh, just a little bit bigger than quarters. Ping pong ball size hail down here. Actually getting some quarter size hail up here. So a couple of areas of hail producing storms right on those right in those tornado produce right where the rotation is almost. Let's check velocity again. Okay, so it hasn't really updated yet, but maybe I can't really tell behind this yellow severe thunderstorm box. Maybe even a little bit of an anticyclonic event going on over here on the outside. And kind of sometimes it bounces off that main circulation and starts putting out little anticyclonic tornadoes outside of it, and then over here as well, the rotation out front. So we're watching 3 different areas. It almost looks like maybe even a little bit of something's trying right here as well. We'll kind of monitor that as well. It's been one of those days where like you get these storms have, they intensify. It's over the mountains now. So right here's your mountains, and they start to intensify, and they start putting down, 1, 2, 3, 4 different areas of rotation. We saw earlier before the tornado warnings came out, and it looks like maybe it's doing it again. So we'll see how they react to that, and to see if they'll put down another tornado warning. I'm surprised this front hasn't been tornado warned, especially population. Yeah, that front storm is a little bit better than this back storm. That's why I'm shocked it hasn't tornado warned yet. I really am shocked. If you're just now tuning in, we are tracking a tornado warning in New Mexico. From my understanding, it is the only tornado warning right now. It is. It is the only tornado warning in the country right now. It is almost due west of Roswell, New Mexico now. About to cross I-70. The rotation is. We still have rotation up in front too. Okay, so we had a radar update here. Let's see if the log updated too yet. For the first time, I think ever, my radar Omega updated before my radar scope. My radar scope still isn't updated. Oh yeah. All right, so this is as of 8:20, yeah. Okay, so this is as of 8:20 my time. It'd be 6:20 their time. Not very well. Rotation up here looks like maybe it weakened a bit. You can tell though it's really trying because the bright green here, and then you got your dark red, so it's still there. Like I'm certainly not going to stop paying attention to that. Back here, a little bit weaker, but again, you get your bright greens and some reds mixing in there. And then this is just really broad rotation, really nothing going on there. Let's check it and see if they update anything on the tornado warning. Quarter size hail, as I said earlier, still dropping with that. 1.5-inch size hail with this ping pong ball size hail. But still tornado warning nonetheless. So please take it serious. I don't think there's really much of anybody in the path of this, but Interstate 70 is now in the path. So if you're traveling, from Texas to Los Angeles or California, Arizona, wherever you're going on I-70, it is in the path. But it'll actually tell us which mile markers is in the path here. Oh, it doesn't. It's supposed to on the tornado warning at the very bottom. It's supposed to put the interstate mile markers that it includes, but it does not on this tornado warning. That's shocking. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Usually, if it's crossing an interstate, it'll say the mile markers. This front storm actually looks like it's like doing a weird curve thing going on there, and this storm looks like it's doing a back almost not. It's not even really a curve on this back one. I would definitely kind of watch this right here, and then this right here on these 2 storms. This storm's probably being swallowed by rain. Definitely watch this storm over here. So we'll give it a second here, let the radar update, and see what it shows here. What's the temp and dew point ahead of the storm? That's a great question. Here, I'll pull it up on the Surface Obs. Let me pull up Storm Prediction Center website. I'll go to their meso analysis. That is a great question. Observations, surface observations. Find New Mexico. Looks like due north of these storms, the surface observation 79 over 63. So 79 degrees over 63 dew point, which is enough to continue tornadic storms. However, the winds are coming northeast, due out of the northeast, which isn't ideal for tornadic development. It looks like these storms that it's hitting right now, looks like Roswell is 65 degrees now over, I can't tell, 56 dew point. 55 dew point. So it's kind of, you can tell where the storm is just based on the difference between the dew points in Roswell and the dew points 50 miles to its southeast. So 79 over 63 is your surface observation ahead of this storm. They did drop the tornado warning. So we're back to a severe thunderstorm warning now, which I kind of expected to happen. Still watching that front storm though. And I'm still watching this little kind of, I don't even know what you would call this, weird hook type thing going on there. And then I'm watching this area as well. Let's go to velocity. Yeah, guys, 800 subscribers. I'm doing a giveaway. Help me get there. And we'll get there. We'll get there with times. With time. I definitely had a lot of energy a couple of days ago. I thought we were going to get to 1,000 within a couple of days of announcing it. I mean, we were moving there. We gained like 450 subscribers in like 2 days. And I was like, man, we're getting there. And then we just kind of stopped at 700. We've only gained, in the last 2 or 3 days, we've only gained about maybe 80, if that. And it's okay, man. It's okay. Not trying to be negative or anything. But we will be doing a giveaway with Midland USA equipment once we get to 800 subscribers. Free equipment, guys. I will ship it to you personally. And you guys will get that. Yeah, Radar Omega, I mean, bless their hearts, it's a slow app sometimes. I think it's because they have so much software goes into it. It just slows it down, but it's the only one I can pick up on this computer. I'm probably going to upgrade a computer here once I have the funding to do that, and then I'll put Radar Scope on here. Unless Radar Omega wants to offer me money to keep using their stuff. Unlikely, but it'd be nice. John says he drove through Roswell one time, no aliens. That's unfortunate. I've never been to Roswell before. I've driven through New Mexico, but we didn't stop in Roswell. Always a regret of mine. And I've been about maybe 2 hours east of it, but never gone because I've always wanted to go. I know there's like alien museums and stuff. Thanks, Patrick. I appreciate it, buddy. Really? They should take all cards. Then again, I've never tried it before. Did you try to put it in there and it just declined you, or did you just see it said credit card? That rotation out front still trying. You can tell. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I've done debit card before on Patreon. I can see where the bright green is starting to come together with that red still. It's still really trying on that front storm, but it's just not tightening up enough to be tornado warned. And we have another area back here that's crossing I-70 right now. And then the really broad rotation that's still in that severe thunderstorm warning. Look at Roswell really missed a majority of the part of the storms. Because, hold on, let me pull the hail here. I think yeah. So here's your biggest hail. That's why this is severe thunderstorm warned. And here's Roswell, New Mexico. So they barely dodged a bullet when it came to hail anyway. Also rotation too. I mean, the rotation's in that storm as well, but it's all southwest of them. Thank you guys for tuning in, by the way. It's 8:30 on the East Coast, and we are monitoring storms where it is 6:30 Mountain Daylight Time. We're waiting for some storms to maybe go tornado warned again. We had one there for a second. We've been monitoring these storms all day. So we're waiting to see if these storms kind of wrap up. This is still a severe thunderstorm warning. That includes, looks like maybe the southwest suburbs of Roswell, New Mexico. Still, that hook back west crossing I-70 right now still really draws my attention. I want to know what it's doing. I want to know if it's going to do anything or not. We were just talking about the Patreon page. I know a lot of people are kind of curious about that. It's exclusive content. So what happens is that I go in, I upload something, and nobody else in the world can see it except for people who are members of that Patreon account. It's a really cool website. Big fan of it. I've signed up with a couple other people before. I really enjoyed how it was because you can specialize it to only people that are members of that page. There'll be a lot of stuff that's on there. I plan on giving away a lot of stuff. I get a lot of free stuff from sponsors. Not really sponsors, but people who want me to promote their stuff while in the field on social media. So I'm always getting free stuff, guys. So sign up over there and I'll give away stuff all the time. If you're a member of my Patreon page, patreon.com/ZachWaltersOfficial. I'll punch it into the comments here as well. We're still monitoring storms within a severe thunderstorm watch in New Mexico and Texas. It's only a matter of time maybe before we get another tornado warning on these storms. We know this. We just got the second one that just ended. Still areas of rotation, though, in these storms. So we definitely want to continue to monitor it. Let's go back to velocity since we had another radar scan. I think we did anyway. I still am really enjoying this front storm rotation. Let me pull it up here. Still, yeah, the radar hasn't updated yet, but I'm still enjoying this area right here. That's the best rotation I can see so far, or right now anyway, in this storm. I'm still waiting. Oh, it updated. I mean, it's still really impressive right here. I'm really shocked they haven't tornado warned it. It's actually nearing the town of Dexter now, getting ready to Highway 285. So let's zoom in a little bit here. There's your pretty tight rotation. Not really tight, but just past the Roswell Airport, nearing the town of Dexter, right along Highway 285. Not tornado warned yet. We're still waiting for it to be tornado warned. With time. Let me go back to chat, make sure I'm not missing anything from y'all. Yeah, there is some nice hail in this storm as well. I'll actually pull that up so we can look. It'd probably be up here towards Roswell, yep. Still some pretty good hail just west of the airport, just south of I-70. I'm sure a lot of semis probably had to stop. A lot of cars had to stop along I-70 here for that hail. I'm sure a lot of them probably parked under overpasses like you're not supposed to, but I'm sure a lot of them did. This is kind of a funky looking storm. It doesn't look like your textbook supercell. It's kind of coming off as just a mess. So any storm that might be producing a wall cloud or any type of tornado might be rain wrapped just because of how tucked it in. But I've seen a lot of photos today of storms that weren't so rain wrapped as I thought they would be, or at least how they were appearing on radar. So maybe the storm isn't as rain wrapped as I'm saying. I'm not there, so I don't really know. I will pull up some photos on Twitter. That's something I haven't done here in a minute. Maybe we'll get some pretty decent photos out of these storms from New Mexico. So one place I've never chased is New Mexico. I've chased a lot of places, but New Mexico is not one of them. Okay, here's a good photo. This was from earlier. Okay, this is not the active storm. This was from earlier. This was confirmation of that tornado that was being picked up on the correlation coefficient that we were talking about. Definitely a tornado on the ground. It looks like even almost cone-like. Pretty good, maybe large stovepipe cone tornado on the ground. This was a while ago. Let's see, what time does he say? He says it was 5:37 p.m. local time. So this was roughly an hour ago. That's when that storm was picking up on the CC drop. Definitely a tornado there. So that's a good shot there. Oh, who was it? Sorry. Scott Lovelace Photography. Definitely a good shot there of that tornado that was on the ground. I'll be excited to see the final touches on that after he edits it. But that's kind of what we were watching earlier. That's obviously the photo I was waiting for, but we couldn't find it anywhere. Fortunately, we did find it finally. So let's go back to radar. I'll keep scrolling through Twitter, see if we can find anything else, maybe more current. Still pretty decent rotation there, so we're going to keep monitoring. Maybe it'll go tornado warning, maybe not. It's just raining really heavy right now at my house. I can just hear it. The cats and dogs out there. All right, yeah, still watching radar here. Still, it's becoming a little bit more broad as it goes. I still can't. I mean, also want to be paying attention back here too. Still, this is still tightening up back here. This could be something. Look at these two areas. This one's a lot more impressive because it's a lot more tight. This is right next to Riverside, New Mexico. That's crossing ice. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Well, it was there. That was maybe a brief tornado. It almost looked like anyway. And then this area over here starting to broadening out a little bit, but still some pretty decent rotating wind speeds in there. Let me go ahead and see if there was no C drop on that. No. You can almost see it looks like right here as well. Maybe some dust being kicked up probably. That's a pretty large CC area, but probably dust being kicked up from that rotation. Probably not a tornado, but what happens is the clouds will move and circulate enough, and then just the inflow will kick up dust, and they'll kind of just do their own thing. That's probably what you're seeing there is some dust being kicked up. I've not really been paying attention to Texas at all. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything out of there. Doesn't seem like I am. I don't know why I'm looking. I can just move my phone over here. I don't see a lot of rotation in there anywhere. Definitely New Mexico's had the storm of the day. And it's still really good rotation here. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I know a few people just subscribed as well. I really appreciate y'all for subscribing. Still tracking severe thunderstorm watch in New Mexico and Texas. We are following a severe thunderstorm warning right now. Again, you can sign up for exclusive content over on the Patreon page. I just mentioned that so I can come through here and edit this. I'm not sure if there's a severe weather threat tomorrow worth following. This one was kind of sketchy. I didn't know if I was actually gonna do any streaming on today or not on this severe weather event. But I looked at a few models and I was like, yeah, we could probably get maybe a brief tornado or two somewhere in here, and we did. So I'm glad I went live stream, but tomorrow, probably the rest of the weekend, you probably won't see me much just because it's the weekend. But if tomorrow does something, I'll be here live streaming it. Okay. So let's go back to Twitter here. I'm going to see if I can find anything new. Nothing nothing impressive coming from this storm. I know there's people on it. Okay, here's a good video. So before I take you to that video, I'm going to show you what I was talking about earlier. Let's go back to the correlation coefficient. And I'll kind of show you what I mean here. So right here you can see some things popping up in the correlation coefficient. If you put it in play here as well, you can see the amount of oddness in the correlation coefficient, something you would see during a tornado almost. And so I said earlier that could be like dust, dust being picked up. Let me take over to Vince's video on Twitter, and he's got a perfect view of a dust storm. So right here you can see the dust here on Twitter, courtesy of Vince, being kind of picked up in the storm there. Pretty good visual of that, and that's what's happening over that CC drop. Again, that's at Vince. Well, I cannot pronounce his last name. I don't know what it is. Walty on Twitter. So pretty good shot there. That's what the CC drop was that you guys were seeing earlier. Not really a drop, but I mean it is. But that's what you. Let's go back to radar real quick. Okay, Dan. Yeah, just try it later, man. Just let me know. Might be being weird right now. Who knows? All right. Hey, Kim. How are you? I'm going to take us back to velocity, see what this front storm is doing here. Still an area of rotation here west of Dexter to keep an eye on. Might be still trying to do a little something there. I'm still watching back to the west as well. This is still an ongoing severe thunderstorm warning due south of Roswell, New Mexico now. A lot of chasers getting into that rotation area, so we'll see if they maybe report something that we can't see. Just waiting for it to maybe update one more time, and then I'll take a look at the thing here. Almost 3 hours into the broadcast now, so we'll be wrapping up here pretty soon. Of course, I don't want to go off the air and there would be a tornado warning, because that'd be my luck. It's a very odd storm. It's like a weird ball almost. Yeah, Luke says it looks like a donut. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, it's just a weird looking storm. Just a weird circle. Usually you would want to pay attention to back here as well. I did update though. Let's pull the velocity here. Because back here is where you usually would want to see for a, and you might have something happening here. Maybe a little area of rotation here. This storm's been doing this all day, where it's just multiple times it will recycle and then start putting down multiple mesocyclones. But it almost seems like maybe, yeah, radar scope picks it up pretty well too. Maybe back here as well you want to pay attention to, because that could do something. Certainly not a like a prolific severe weather outbreak. Definitely not something that will be shown on national television, but it is what it is. We want to cover it anyways because people are still in the path, and we want to make sure that information still be put out. Also for weather geeks like me to come on and talk about weather. That's what we're here for. So we're still tracking the severe thunderstorm warning in New Mexico just for a few more minutes, and then I'll be off for the night. Before I go, though, I want you guys to remember to subscribe, please. It means a lot to me. If you want continuous severe weather coverage, extreme weather videos right here on my page, subscribe. We're going to be doing big things here the next few months. Hurricane season right around the corner, too. So I'll be live streaming from inside of a hurricane, inside the eye of a hurricane. You don't want to miss that. Also, tornado season isn't over yet either, so I might be right next to tornado live streaming. So please subscribe to the channel. Also for severe weather coverage as well whenever I'm not chasing. And I'll do both. I'll probably do field coverage and live weather coverage. Who knows? Also sign up for exclusive content. The Patreon page is brand new. Patreon.com/ZachWaltersOfficial. I know some people were saying they couldn't really get signed up for it. Make sure it says my name when you get there. It'll say Zach Walters at the top. I'm actually going to try it myself to make sure it works here. Yep, it loads. So patreon.com/ZachWaltersOfficial, where you can sign up for exclusive content. It's going to be fun over there. We'll give away some stuff too. But don't worry, if you don't sign up at the Patreon, we'll give away some stuff here as well on the YouTube channel. Okay, all right, on here. Man, that's way over there. I don't know how I'm not sure who goes into the decision making for these tornado warnings. I mean, that's some pretty broad rotation. I mean, it's not significant at all. Let me pull up another radar and see if maybe. I mean, I can see why they're doing it, but it's definitely not more impressive than what we're looking at right now. I guess it just depends on the office, National Weather Service office. But that's what we'll do then. Give me 1 second here, guys. We'll switch over to Texas, and we'll close out with a Texas tornado warning. We're going to hop over to Texas, where there is a tornado warning that has been issued. We'll see if it maybe looks a little bit better on the next scan. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. It just doesn't look as impressive as what we were looking at earlier. Come on, today. Okay, so here's I don't even know where a tornado would be. Let me pull a different radar. That could be the Fort Hood. Right there. This may give us a better... that's a little bit better. Now I can kind of understand why there's a tornado warning. So you can see the area right there. Some pretty intense winds with the storm right here. I mean, the bright orange really gives that away. And then you got the green. So what the green means is that the green is going towards the radar. The radar is due north, so that's kind of why we have... you got the winds going like this. And you got these reds going away, and they're going away quickly. And that's why you kind of have your area right here starting to do the Dougie a little bit there. So we'll watch that for a minute. This is all part of a linear event too. But if you're in Rosansky, you definitely want to be underground right now or in your tornado safe area because it's right up on you. I can kind of see a little bit of a kind of a hook going on here. Almost like a bulge in that main line of storms. So we'll keep an eye out for a couple minutes here and wait for a couple of radar loads, and we'll see what happens and see if it increases or decreases with time. Yeah, I'm watching Brad Arnold. He actually let us use his live stream, but I know he's not on any tornado warnings right now. And he's way... I can see his footage though. I can't really tell if that's a wall cloud or what that is. Let me pull up Brad Arnold's live stream. He's got a really cool looking view. I can't really tell though if it's... I can't tell what's happening with it. So let's pull it up so we can watch it together. He is not on this tornado warn though, but I'm going to keep this up because this is a pretty good shot of whatever he's on. So this is Brad Arnold's live stream on just an absolute gorgeous mothership right now. Definitely a beautiful storm, whatever he's on. Let me make sure that I'm including his... I told him if I use his live stream. He let us use the live stream. I told him if I used that, tag his Twitter. My goodness, this thing is moving so slow right now. He's editing his settings right now. I've never seen... Why would it include that on the live stream? That's interesting. So we're all watching a live stream here in Texas, courtesy of Brad Arnold. Definitely a beautiful looking storm. Maybe even a little something hanging below it there. You can follow him on Twitter. He does great work. He has allowed us to use the live stream today. You can follow him on Twitter at Brad Arnold WX. I know he would greatly appreciate that. I think what he did was he switched it to night mode because it's sun's going down a little bit. Definitely a pretty supercell. I can't really tell if it's... I don't even know. Where's he at? He's in... Pretty sure he's on those western storms. He's not on that tornado warning. I know that. So we'll watch this for a couple of minutes here and see what he does. He might end up getting on something here, so we'll stay with his live stream here for a couple of minutes. He did allow us to use the live stream, so this is used with permission from a live stream in Texas. I'm trying to get a better location of where he's at here. Hold on. Okay, I see where he's at now. He's on those extreme western severe thunderstorm warning storms. Who, Brad's? No, Brad's car's not beat up at all. I drive Brad Arnold's vehicle whenever I go storm chasing. It's a really nice car. It's definitely not beat up. Looks like maybe he's going in and out of service now. I know that the tornado warning was extended over there. So let's drop that for a second so he get his service back. Let's go back to radar and figure out what's going on with this tornado warning storm here. Zoom out a little bit. It's in a pretty good spot for when you're looking at things like this. Let's pull velocity again, take a look at it. So there's the latest velocity scan using the Fort Hood. Aaron Jajak? Yeah. Aaron Jajak's car is messed up. Yeah. It's almost like a retimmer car. Yeah. That thing is done. All right, so we're monitoring the only tornado warning right now. Trying to it hasn't updated yet on the radar. Jeez, why is it? Oh yes, it has. Okay, it is up to date. So we kind of see it maybe an area of tightening rotation here that would warrant a tornado warning, but nothing really impressive right now. Obviously, if you're in the polygon, still take it serious. If you're in the tornado warning, still take it serious. Is done now? Oh God, I'm kind of curious now. I'm gonna hop over to. I can't show it on here because I'd have to. Obviously, it'd be copyright. So I'm seeing the comments on J-Jack's video. Yeah, it looks like he lost a windshield, didn't he? It's like coming through his windshield right now. I wish I could show you guys. Yeah, Aaron J-Jack's car is getting messed up pretty well right now. So roughly baseball size hail. No, I'm good. No, you're good, man. I believed you. He's driving with it. I know you guys, if you guys want to go watch Aaron J-Jack for a second, his car is actually getting just demolished by some baseball. It looks like baseball size hail, maybe a little bit larger. But open a new tab. Go watch Aaron J-Jack's video. He's getting totaled. So, yeah, definitely it has to hurt. My goodness. But not being too distracted, still watching this tornado warning, waiting for a radar update. But some pretty massive mayo coming out on that New Mexico storm that we were monitoring a minute ago. He's definitely going to need a windshield repaired after that one. Still waiting for the next radar update. If the radar update shows a little bit of weakening, I'm not going to worry about this storm too much. It might recycle, but there's the next radar update, and it's pretty broad here, south of Smithville. Still there, but not as impressive as it was when it first went tornado warned. But all right, y'all, it's time. Hold on, let me check one more thing. Let me check Brad Arnold. Make sure he's not driving up on a tornado. So Brad's driving up on a tornado. Yeah, he doesn't even have service. So, all right, guys. One more time, sign up for the exclusive content. Patreon.com/Zach Walters Official. A lot of fun stuff gonna be happening there. I'm gonna be doing a lot of giveaways. I have so much crap I need to give away. That we're going to be doing giveaways at 800 subscribers on the YouTube. We're going to be doing giveaways at 900 subscribers, and we're going to do a very large giveaway. I don't know what it is yet. I mean, I shouldn't say very large. I'm not giving away a car or anything. But we'll be giving giveaways at 1,000 subscribers, something big. I don't know yet. Maybe a TV or something. I don't know. And then 800 and 900, of course. Giving away free Midland equipment. That'll be fun. Midland USA handing me out stuff like it's going out of style. So I need to give it away. And I'm not going to use it because I chase storms. So I don't need weather equipment. So, but you have to be a subscriber to the YouTube channel in order to win. So subscribe to the YouTube channel. Once we get to 800, I'll give it away. 1 or 2 radios away. I have walkie-talkies, weather radios, all kinds of crap. But we'll go through it all. But until next time, guys, till the next severe weather event, thank you so much for watching. I need to take a break and go to sleep. Possibly more severe weather coverage coming tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you subscribe, like the video.